I'm like 3 episodes into season 5 of Last Kingdom.
Yeah.
And I haven't watched an episode in the better part of a week. I am losing interest rapidly in that show because nothing that was really important last season or the season before is even like addressed now. It's just all of it is Uhtred doing the only accent by himself, demanding Bebbanburg be given to him for his sacrifice for England, even though many times I have decided to fuck England.
I am Uhtred, son of Uhtred.
You are now called Uhtred, Uhtred, son of Uhtred.
Uhtred, son of Uhtred.
Uhtred, son of Uhtred.
Uhtred, son of Uhtred.
Is the son of another Uhtred and another. But I am Uhtred, son of Uhtred.
Uhtred, son of Uhtred of Bebbanburg.
My name is Uhtred, son of Uhtred.
And it's like,
that's a pretty good Uhtred of Bebbanburg. I'm gonna let you guys out there, the uninitiated, you people who don't watch this show. That's a pretty good Uhtred.
Pretty good. You'll notice who Uhtred is because he's the only guy that sounds like that. Yeah. None of the other Vikings. The other Vikings are like, "Hey, Uhtred, where are we headed? We are headed down to Bebbanburg." Like, don't point it out. Yeah. You want? Yeah, I need to do a little higher, but that's
no. It'd be up to Bebbanburg.
Up to Bebbanburg. Yeah. We're still not at Bebbanburg. I don't think we're ever gonna make it.
It's the last episode.
Of course. And like, it's almost like a video game where he'll be like, this time I am not just fighting normal Vikings, I'm fighting Ugnar the Slayer. Yeah. And then he kills Ugnar the Slayer, and then Vlad the Impaler comes up and he's like, this Vladimir the Impaler makes Ulag look like a bitch. I have no chance against him. And it's like, and how many times in that series can the King of England or wants to be England be like, Uhtred betrayed me the last 3 out of the 5 times we've worked together. We got to use Uhtred as our messenger here. It's like, sir, I don't know if we should send someone who has a foot in both camps to be our emissary to the Viking lords. And he's like, if you ask me another question, I'll have you beheaded. Uhtred is our friend this episode. So, it's just back and fucking forth. And they still trust him. These fuckers in England deserve every bit that's coming to them. Like, he should have been excised a long time ago.
I'm glad it's over.
And the back rationalization of like, why can't we kill Uhtred? He's a danger to our society. And he's like, because we need men of action. Okay, you have a whole army, Lord, with many men who've committed many actions. He's like, no, we're not going to get ratings that way. Send this erratic loser.
And like, they can't even explain like what's so cool about Uhtred because he's not smart. And he seems like he's a good sword fighter. He's an okay leader, but he's terrible at making like big decisions, it seems like. And he's just retarded. Like, he's slow. Like he's easy to get one over on. He's almost never the guy who's like, those are the heroes that I like. I like the heroes that are like, got a little bit of trickery, sure. Well, he's not really a hero. He's just a really cool, sneaky character. But like, who was it's in the Odyssey. What's the king that's going back to his wife?
Odysseus,
when he's like dealing with I like characters like that. That like most of the time he's not gonna like arm wrestle his problems into submission. He's gonna like think his way out of them. Like when he told the Cyclops his name was nobody.
Yeah, and that works, and it's a more endearing character. Whereas Uhtred, like I'm like getting frustrated at the show as I'm watching because it'll be like someone who's clearly Uhtred's enemy will be like, Uhtred, you need to go to the northern land. He'll even talk like this and be like, you must go to the northern lands and rescue your fair maiden. Dude. And he's like, but to do that, I have to abandon England. And then he just pensive about that for 2 seconds. And then he just leaves, says, fuck you to everyone he was previously loyal to, each time for a bitch.
Every time, just give up on the show. If I'm being honest, because you're not gonna like.
No, Taylor, you're committed. Stupid. You need to know how it ends.
Here's what you really need to do. You need to pick up Vikings. Vikings is good.
Is that the silly one?
No. Just
the Norseman.
It's called Vikings. No like extra letters or add-ons or numbers or like sub.
Except all the eyes are ones.
All the eyes are one, and the part that says Kings is all bedazzled and shit because they're all black.
Ooh, the S's are 5.
The Vikings, and it's the It's all right. Anyway,
is this better than Last Kingdom?
This is infinitely better. Season 1 of that is legit, like almost as good as like Game of Thrones type stuff. It's excellent. It's very, very good TV.
I feel like I started this and maybe just forgot to keep watching, thinking that it was The Last Kingdom. I'll check it out. Vikings are a cool little genre.
That's the best
Viking
Viking
seem
show.
Like it gets explored very often.
That's the best Viking show. I don't remember when it gets bad. I do remember when it gets bad. There's a particular character, and he dies, and then it's like, all right, you can stop watching now. They go on for 3 or 4 more seasons with like the sons of like the main characters from the initial. Yeah, but it doesn't work as well. But the initial guy is badass.
I watched what might be the most bizarre movie I've ever seen in my life last night. Have you heard of a movie called Biosphere?
Is Pauly Shore?
No,
that's Biodome.
It's got Mark Duplass and like it's like more of an indie movie, but it's like supposed to be like a futuristic, not really thriller, but drama, I guess. And like the crux of the movie is they're in the biosphere, like, you know, like a self-sustaining kind of ecosystem thing. Mm-hmm. And Strike One is like, it's the cheapest, worst looking biosphere on Earth. Like my house is better equipped to survive the apocalypse than what like bunker they built. And it's only 2 guys in there. And the whole, like, I don't know if you guys are the same. When I see one of those like post-apocalyptic things, kind of like Martian is different, but it's a survival thing, I should say. I like the part where they kind of parse out how their food works and how the production of these things are maintained so that you can kind of buy in and be like, oh, okay, now I kind of understand the fail points where it could get rough. They spent no time on that. There's 2 of them in like 1,000 square foot dome. And most of the space is allotted to like a full kitchen and a bookshelf and like a gaming setup. And then their entire food production, I'm not making this up, is 1 tomato plant and a bathtub with 3 fish in it.
Well, that won't do.
And they're eating fish all the time. And so at one point, they have 3 fish left. And one of the dudes is jacked. There's like a jacked super genius black guy.
Fish?
They're these. I don't actually know the time. They looked like just big goldfish. They're probably that large, fully grown.
Koi,
maybe koi. They weren't as pretty as those, so maybe something else.
Koi
but
can look like goldfish.
The 2 characters were there's like a jacked genius black guy, and this like so retarded it was like bordering on unbelievable white guy. And clearly the black guy's the leader. He like at one point early on was like, they got in a little tiff and the black guy's like, I'm the one who invented and built this place. And the meek retard's like, you're right. And meanwhile, I'm like, if I built this place as a survival shelter, I wouldn't admit to it. Like it's literally 1 bathtub, a bedroom. It's more like a dorm than it is. And then they had 1 female fish and 2 male fish. And the last female fish dies. And so they're coming to terms with the fact that they're going to die. And then the next day, they notice one of the fish is turning into a female because I guess some fish can do that. And the black scientist guy's like, it's never been recorded in this species before. It's like a clownfish, you know, because they can become androgynous or whatever. And then literally like, at this point in the movie, I like paused because I'm like, how much longer is this? I thought it was like one of those 80-minute movies, 2 hours, almost 2 hours long. And so then I continue. And within 1 minute, they wake up the next morning and the white guy is like doing the same thing as the fish, where like his dick is shrinking up and becoming a pussy. And he's like growing titties. And like, it's
what kind of movie is this, Taylor?
It was on Hulu. I just clicked like play next. I wanted the reason I clicked it is because the white guy in it is the same guy from Creep, which is like another indie, like kind of spooky, more thriller horror kind of film. And so I thought it was going to be in that vein. Not at all. I was mistaken. And so the next like literally 40 minutes is this black guy and this white guy becoming a girl through like fish biology, like having the most uncomfortable romance I've ever seen in my life. That culminates in the white guy, now a woman, but he still has like awful man features and a beard and a man voice, and like the black guy's getting horny for him, and the now white hermaphrodite thing is like wanting to have a baby, and so they fuck through a sheet Jewish style, and within like 2 seconds, Orthodox Jews, that was a myth that they fuck through a sheet. And,
I'm aware.
Yeah, and so like the white guy went and got a sheet and like draped it over him, and then they're like the whole time leading up, they're like, this is just for procreation. This is to continue the species. There's nothing else to be done. And so like he puts his dick in the sheet and they start fucking, and like not 5 seconds into them fucking, the black guy pulls the sheet off of the guy's face, and now it's just two men making out.
Did he still look like a man? Was he pretty man?
Oh yeah,
100% a man. There was nothing vaguely feminine about this guy.
He didn't have like tits or anything.
Where does
like
penis go in?
Fake tits. Like I guess his penis became like a cloaca, like the fishes.
Yeah, it opened up on a vagina.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So that part was girl by that point.
Oh yeah, he grew a vagina and ovaries and a uterus and all that jazz.
Dude, they have like an 80s after they fuck, and it's like assured now they're in this weird, I guess not even gay relationship. Like there's like an 80s music montage of like the black guys now like they're like serving each other coffee, smiling, and the black guy's like rubbing the pregnant man's feet. It's the most bizarre thing I've ever seen in my life. I'm like, and this was one of those movies that I threw on so I could like go on my computer and like look at hockey stats or like look at Twitter, see what was going on. And like halfway through, I'm like, what's going on? How's this movie gonna end? Terrible ending. Nothing ends up happening. They like, the guy's like about to pop pregnant, and they're like, we have to find a new world for our baby. And it was a little upsetting. I didn't like it. So 2 thumbs down. Don't watch.
It's like the Dave Rubin story. Is that what it?
I think Dave Rubin purchased his baby from.
Oh,
so this would be a little more ethical than that. Yeah.
Is that a true story?
It's a true story. Yep.
Damn.
And there was an entire B plot where that made no sense and added nothing to the plot. Where like the black guy would be like, I can't believe you were the president of the United States. And the white guy, I'm 100% serious. And the white guy's like, I can't believe I made you my top advisor. And it's like, what is this? What are we doing now? It had nothing to do with the rest of the story.
Well, it kind of does. It explains why they're both there, right? The world, there's been an apocalypse.
No, it doesn't. You know, the bunker they were in was if you and me, Kyle, made our own bunker. It's not the president's bunker. It's like if I was a hobbyist and you were in the neighborhood when shit hit the fan. That would be the level of bunker this is.
Well, that's what the budget could afford, you know?
Clearly, I guess Vivek Ramaswamy got that shut down right in time than Elon. But anyway, that was a terrible movie. Don't want. It kept my attention. It did keep my attention.
I watched Goodfellas last night. My girlfriend had never seen Goodfellas.
That's a better movie, yeah.
It's a much better movie. We watched that. It's fucking great.
I like Goodfellas. I like it more than Casino.
Of course. I don't like Casino. I don't like Casino because I don't like when they buried Joe Pesci and his brother alive. Spoilers.
Yeah. I mean, that movie came out
for 1993.
1995 movie. Goodfellas is the best crime movie ever. I like it more than the Godfather one.
I'm a Casino guy, but Goodfellas is great.
Yeah. Oh, Casino's not a bad movie. I like it, but just not as good as Goodfellas.
What's the
Sharon
one?
Stone and
Bronx Tale I like too.
I'm more of a Too Fast, Too Furious kind of guy.
Tokyo Drift.
Yeah.
Speaking of scalping, did you guys see American Medieval on Netflix?
Scalping who?
Yeah, I saw it.
That was so good.
Those Mormons are shitty people.
That was such a good. You guys haven't seen it? Woody? No,
I didn't like it.
Medieval.
You didn't like it? Really?
No, I didn't like that. I thought that ending was weak. You thought
it was what? Too Hollywood?
I just didn't like the ending. And there was that one scene where the wolves are breaking into a cabin to attack those kids, which was just bonkers stupid. I liked. There were parts of it I liked. I liked all the LDS stuff, showing off how evil the Mormons were in the West. Yeah. And I liked the guy from Game of Thrones.
He was really good.
He was really good.
He was really good.
You know, he got halfway scalped at the beginning of the movie, and they're like, just put the rug back down and stitched it around, and it's all gross.
Yeah. We don't want to give too many spoilers for these guys. Like, let them watch it. I thought it was awesome.
They're not going to watch it.
Okay. Well,
tell me the entire plot.
It was good. It was a very gritty Western movie about people trying to get out west and the Mormons trying to keep control of the West.
It's a miniseries.
It was a miniseries, and the Indians were hardcore, like awesome.
I didn't think they were hardcore enough. I didn't think they were being tortury enough. Like Hollywood always cleans Indians up. Indians were.
They got to go dirty with it.
Indians' like idea of a good time would be torturing a captor to death for days.
Oh, you wanted Last Mohican Indians then? Last Mohican was a great portrayal.
They burned that guy alive, but
Stone Age intensity.
The Last Mohican.
What's the Bone one?
Bone Tomahawk.
Oh, you don't want to watch that, bro. That was
Bone Tomahawk Indians.
That will traumatize you, bro.
Bone Tomahawk Indians are mean.
Yeah, they did not pull punches about those guys.
Oof. I'm not watching that movie
Comanche
again.
are worse than the Bone Tomahawk Indians. The Bone Tomahawk Indians killed that guy quick compared to what the real Comanche would have done. Like the actual Native Americans were just like literally.
Yeah. You know what they weren't? Fence builders. Terrible at it.
Terrible fence builders.
10,000 years following buffalo around because fences escape them.
That is pretty embarrassing. Like you see some guy from Portugal show up and be like, all right, step one, we're gonna put some fences around, and they're like,
yeah, but
hear me out, guys. Let's make the houses mobile.
But there was
what will you do when the livestock goes that way? It'll run into the fence and be reverted.
But listen, you have to remember though, there was so much buffalo around. Why would you need fences though? Like there was a lot, but like the land was covered.
If there were that many buffalo, they wouldn't have to relocate all the time.
Yeah, they
did that because of like once you tear down, like it wasn't just buffalo they ate; they had deer and other stuff, right? Like and plus
it was all buffalo,
the weather and stuff. But
it was like 95% buffalo. They can look at the bones of those guys and the shit that's left over. Sometimes they can determine their diets. They ate like 95% buffalo. What happened though was, when the white people came over starting in like the 1500s, that smallpox spread across the whole country. It killed millions and millions of Indians that we hadn't even contacted yet. And because of all those Indians dying, the buffalo population exploded in a way that had never done so before historically. There's no one there to hunt.
But you know what? Because that was a common thing. The dirtiness and the disease was a common thing in Europe with the Europeans, right? Because that was just another culture. It wasn't the Aztec culture. There's another battle. I can't remember what it was, but smallpox killed off them too. And I can't research it right now because I can't remember, but that was like a common thing when it came to fighting Europeans, apparently, right?
So it was like, when the Europeans came, they brought diseases
with them and stuff. Yeah.
And things like attack dogs with armor on and horses.
Yeah. The armor and the guns were a big deal. And more agriculture, like the more agriculture you have and the closer vicinity to that, like when you have animals that close together, like it creates diseases and issues. And so if you fucking 50 generations, 100 generations back have just been around those animals, you don't even realize you're immune to a whole bunch of nonsense.
To it, yeah.
And then you go somewhere where they're like chasing wild animals and they're like, whoa, I got no fucking defense for like all these like having 1,000 sheep in a pen diseases that you guys have.
Yeah.
Pretty brutal. That would be awful. Have no idea what a disease is and it's just eating you up.
Oh, they knew. Like even with Roanoke, like with the first people that came over, the Indians would notice that the whites would come to visit to borrow some corn. And then like a week later, like 8 people would get a fever and die.
Yeah.
Like they put it together, you know, like
do you think they had conspiracy theorists? They'd be like, hey, get a load of this. Sit under tree thinks that the white man magically brings things over to us and it makes us ill. Wow. It's like, no, look racist. Around. We're dying in droves.
Yeah, that's
sits under a tree was always.
You can't explain that. Hey, I am only asking questions.
Diversity is the strength of our culture.
There you go.
Diversity is our strength. Oh, and that's not because I've got this dope ass new necklace.
And this rifle.
He's the only one they gave a rifle to. And he's always like, the whites are great.
Man, these white guys. They've got the coolest shit.
He's the only one. He's got a white girlfriend too. he's got like the ugliest white fat girl.
Oh Jesus, that's so bad.
But he flexes so hard because of her.
He's got good credit.
Dude, that would be awesome to be the first guy.
My wife crushes chairs.
This is my wife, Broken Branch, because she's breaking the trees. But yeah, dude, that would think of how sick that would be to be the first Indian in your tribe to get a gun. You're just you're the guy now. Like you're the guy. No one can do anything about it.
I don't think we will go fishing today.
Dude, speaking of new shows, my wife and I have been watching, like she likes Harry Potter a lot. And
fuck yeah.
I had in my head that I had, because my youngest brother was into Harry Potter as it was coming out and everything. And so I was in the room as a lot of the movies were playing. And I had in my head, like, yeah, I probably by osmosis, even though I wasn't paying attention, kind of absorbed most of it. Not at all. Like, I didn't know a huge amount about the Harry Potter universe. I've watched the first 6 now, and I think there's 2 more. And it's great. It's a really good series. I'm enjoying it. I like Neville a lot. He's a cool character. Neville, aside from like the core 3, Neville and Hagrid, definitely tier 1 characters. I like both of them a lot, and they do a good job. I just last night watched the one with the woman in the pink outfit. Like like being shitty to everyone.
She's the worst character. Yeah.
Well, I mean, considered like the most evil in Harry Potter history.
Plays it perfectly.
The book version is awful. The book version is so awful.
Of her.
Oh, you hate her so much.
Well, I mean, she tortures the kids with like writing, and then like, everybody's like, you like have pen marks on your fingers and stuff. So, but like as far as the same way that Joffrey and Ramsay, like, you got to respect how well they played that character. This character, she played the unlikable bitch to a T, and I really liked that about it. I just got, the one I most recently finished is where Dumbledore dies at the end, which I knew was going to happen because
spoilers.
Like it's part of like the Harry Potter ethos.
Everybody's seen it by now.
I'm kidding.
Oh, okay.
It's a really good series. I'm enjoying it a lot, and it did markedly get darker after the 4th film.
Yeah. Like, so here's what a lot of people don't understand. Like, J.K. Rowling is fucking brilliant for this. All right, first of all, the first book, I want to say they're, I don't know, like 5 years old. So their problems are a 5-year-old's problems. Like, I get that we're having to fight an evil wizard, but you do it in like a 5-year-old's way.
They're like 11 or something.
Yeah, maybe they are 11 in the first one. Yeah, that makes a ton more sense. Yeah. But they're still like fucking children. But and it's meant to be read almost by an 11-year-old at that point. Like, and every year it kind of progresses to the point where like the last book, they're like 19 years old. They're fucking each other, and like at any moment, like we could be tortured to death, like terribly and murdered. And so it's kind of meant for like a 16, 17, 18-year-old to be reading.
It grows up with you.
Yeah, it grows up with you. Yeah.
I mean, no wonder it was such an epic series and so many people are attracted to it because it's really good. Like I was talking to my wife as we were watching, and she's like, who do you think's gonna die? And I was like, well, Dumbledore for sure, because I know like the meme of Dumbledore dies. Like when that movie came out, everyone was like, oh, Dumbledore dies. And so I know that. I guessed and was right that Sirius Black dies. Because
it's a rough one.
He would have been the guy to like bring Harry back to normalcy, and so you obviously can't allow that. You have to keep him estranged from everyone other than his friends. And then Snape, I'm split on him. I think Snape is gonna die in the next 2 movies, and like because he's been so shitty to Harry, but like as more movies are coming, like it's clear he's not actually a bad guy, and I imagine he's gonna be like sacrificing himself for Harry in the end, but I don't know. So I'm excited. Tomorrow night, my wife and I are planning to watch the last 2 because book 7, there's like 2 book 7 movies, and we're gonna watch both of those because that's all we have left.
Oh yeah, I cry at the end of the first one.
At the end of the first of those
part
movies?
1.
Yeah, part 1 of book 7. At the end of that, I cry.
Well, don't spoil it because I'm actually interested in seeing what happens. There is no fucking. I know that Harry doesn't die because he's the main character, and I know that Ron and Hermione aren't going to die because they're main characters, or at least I don't think they will.
You'll be surprised, man. By the end, not a lot of people left.
Do they go Game of Thrones style and like people are dropping left and right? I hope Neville doesn't die.
Don't give Game of Thrones that credit. Those people have plot armor. And
I mean, you'll get to a point where it's just like, and you get a death, and you get a death, and like every little group and family kind of like.
Well, I didn't like. Well, not that I didn't like, because I knew the what is his name? The guy from Cedric Diggory. That's his name. When he gets Avada Kedavra by that little mousy rat guy, like I liked how they did it, because that's the way it would have went down. It would have just been Voldemort going to kill that guy, just unceremonial, just dead. And so I liked that. And then it
takes you by surprise. He just goes Avada Kedavra, and it's like boom, he's dead, and you're like, oh wait, this isn't one of those. We can't take that one back. He's just dead. Like. That guy's kind of been like a main
I didn't like that because
book.
I liked him as a character. And I'm
he's
like,
a great guy.
He and Harry are going to be good friends. Oh, no, they're not going to be good friends. And then I felt bad for Crumb, the
Russian
Bulgarian guy, where it's like, he's not a bad guy. They're treating him like a bad guy. He just likes to play sports.
Yeah.
And so I'm enjoying it a lot so far. It's a good series. 20 years late. On watching Harry Potter.
I watched all. Is there 8?
Yeah,
total.
8 of the movies. Yeah.
I've watched all 8. I think it was 3 or 4 years ago for the first time. So I mean, I did the same thing you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, it's fucking time. Need to do it. Put them off. Like let's do it now that it's not like popular. I guess because I'm a hipster. I don't know.
It's great. Like I really like the series. I never. It's not that I didn't watch it because I didn't want to. It was more like I feel like I got the gist of that series. My younger brother, he was watching all the time. I was in the room, but I was not paying attention clearly because there's a huge amount I don't know. I like Snape a lot.
He's great. He's my favorite character.
The way he delivers lines is hilarious.
Alan Rickman's
a very good actor.
Yeah. He was I mean, he's great going all the way back to Die Hard. He's the villain in Die Hard.
Yeah, he's the one like that they always do that like behind the scenes where they're like they told him they would drop him on 3, but they dropped him on 1 to get the genuine reaction, like that. That old meme.
I don't remember if that's the one where his arms look weird or not. I think that's RoboCop.
He's in RoboCop?
Nah, it's a different thing. Like they throw a guy out a window in RoboCop, and the special effects go all wonky, and his arms get like 8 feet long, but they just left it in.
Huh?
I don't remember that.
Yeah, it's great,
dude. It's like in Harry Potter. Like I didn't know like the plot line, but every single season there's a new teacher of the dark arts.
It's like Dexter. There's a new serial killer.
It is a huge spit in the because I didn't know until the most recent one that Severus Snape wanted to be the dark arts guy, and they kept like hiring other people instead of just moving. It wouldn't even be a promotion. It seems like it'd be a lateral
transfer.
Move
it's a lateral move
to dark arts, and it's like they keep fucking him. And like I didn't know if that was because he's not very good at dark arts, but then I watch more, and it's like no, this guy knows his dark arts. He was. A
little too well.
Where I am now is it's not 100% confirmed whether he's working for Voldemort because he's trying to steal information from Voldemort, or if he's working for them like as a double cross against Dumbledore. I assume he's trying to give information back to the good guys, but I don't know.
Have you come to the realization that Dumbledore could easily kick Gandalf's ass?
Oh no, it's totally different forms. It's totally different forms of magic. No, not even
different,
close.
Completely different forms of magic.
It's two different, completely different.
I mean, so hard in the nerve.
What was at the nerve? What happened after?
Nerd.
Yeah. Oh, the nerd. I thought you were saying the nerve of me complaining.
Funnier.
What happened after Gandalf died? Oh, he came back 10 times more powerful. What happened after Dumbledore died? They gave him a gay ass ceremony in the dining hall.
You haven't gotten to that part yet. You don't know what happens.
Yes, I do. I saw them do the fucking parade, and they're like, Oh, poor Dumbledore.
No, he does. Just keep watching. He might come back.
He's coming back in the same way that like Luke came back with like the shit. He's not casting magic. He's not doing any of that shit. God. And so yeah, Gandalf would be the sea lion, and Dumbledore would be the penguin. Gandalf would go, "Oh, you've killed me again. I'm even stronger. That's because my mission in life is to rape you."
That is
so the
really
lords of the Valar will bring me back.
What magic does Gandalf have? Like, he enchants moths and makes small firecrackers.
Yeah, he fights underground demons. Exactly.
That's swordsmanship, and I'm not impressed.
Yeah, I do.
I'm literally asking what magic does Gandalf have?
Well, the thing about Lord of the Rings is that they don't use magic as an out the way Harry Potter does. Like, I was watching Harry Potter, and
they would if they could. They would if their magic wasn't garbage.
If J.R.R.
If only I was better written.
No, literally, if J.R.R.
I would use my magic now.
Dude, you're saying it, but oppositely. Like,
thou shalt not pass.
They didn't need magic. They didn't need magic to get out of things in Lord of the Rings because the dude was so autistic for his world building. Whereas with Harry Potter, it's like, oh, unlock us, Doris. And it's like, oh, okay. And then what was I joked about
my
this
point that the magic is so much better in Harry
No,
Potter.
they're more reliant on
They
it.
have time travel in Harry Potter. They would just go back and try again.
Those are heavily regulated.
But apparently that trick stops working after the fourth movie. You can't use time. But like,
time travel is so powerful. It's hard to fight for it.
They do explain why they can't use stuff.
The Ministry of Magic made it illegal.
No, they broke all the time. They broke all of them. They broke all the time.
All of them.
Devices.
Damn,
yes.
it's like
there was one
weird
box of them
because it's always been established that there's a huge amount of hiding places in this world. So I don't believe it. But the thing I was making fun of, even to my wife when we were watching last night, they were walking around and they're like, "This is the room of necessity. It shows up when the writer hasn't decided how people are going to get better at casting spells." And it's like, no.
First of all, it's the room of requirement, and it's very well written.
Oh, it's very well written, is it? This certainly isn't something used by authors when they can't figure out where to go next. The room of requirement. Are you fucking high?
It becomes yes,
probably
the room of requirement. So just a cure-all panacea room where anything that needs to happen.
It can become a bathroom if you need to go.
But that's not bad writing. Really?
She was like 29, single, living at her dad's house. It's pretty damn good.
It is good, but don't you fucking tell me the room of requirement is not a loophole to write.
Here, I haven't heard you say anything that proves that Gandalf is more powerful than
Gandalf is taller. Oh, if only they were a spell to make me.
I used to get them confused back in the day. I would call one the other, and people thought I was just doing it to be a dick, but like they look similar, and it's
Gandalf would abuse Dumbledore until
you say that, but you don't make convincing arguments. You just say it.
What? That Gandalf doesn't need to use spells as often?
You sound like Trump right now.
I mean, part of it.
lots of people talking.
It just seems to me that
not nearly enough recognizing Gandalf. I'm not saying he should, but he could rape him.
I just think Dumbledore is stronger. I just think Dumbledore would be stronger.
Dumbledore can't wield a sword.
Well, first of all, sure he can. He's got that Phoenix who will come and like airdrop it to him through a magic hat if he needs
that Phoenix would probably do like really dope against like dozens of giant eagles that are bigger than it, right?
They come back to life, so they're automatically better at winning.
They have infinite lives, so I think they're kind of
do you think the eagles attacking Dumbledore would be very patient to allow the Phoenix to rebirth and then come back to fight? What are you? Have you not thought this through?
I like that you have to solve your Lord of the Ring issues with eagles,
and they'd all drop.
Like, why do the eagles have to be part of attacking Dumbledore?
Well, we're talking about everything he has at his recruitment, right?
I just think that, like in Harry Potter, you actually have combative wizard magic as like a trained like skill, whereas in like Lord of the Rings, it's just.
Dude,
they're just like, oh, I don't know.
The amount of fucking magic they use in Harry Potter, they may as well be those people from WALL-E, where they're just wheeling around obese, like food us, enter us, and like
that's my point. Eat. The magic is way better.
No, it's just they need to use it more because they're lazy.
They have actual combative magic. I like the way Kyle phrased it. They have a spell for every occasion. You said that yourself. Yeah. And then you've got Gandalf over there. If he's got a lock to pick, he breaks his fucking sword out or something. He doesn't have any magic.
He has amounts of magic, and I won't discuss it further. you guys gonna call it a show?
I think Harry Potter could probably beat Gandalf if we're being fair.
Oh no!
Don't you fucking trigger me.
In the first movie, he could.
I could just put pedophilus on him and he'll go to jail.
Not after
that would be the funniest thing for Harry Potter to be like pedophilus, and then it's like, oh no, now the media is coming for him because he's a pedophile.
Wait, wouldn't he have to rape Harry first? Is that not where you're going with this?
The accusation is
no. The accusation is enough.
Yeah,
and then everyone thinks he's a pedophile. That's a useful spell. Not fucking Doris Unlockus or whatever the fuck they say.
Wingardio Levioso. I'm close.
I mean, and also like the Harry Potter spell names, like she got pretty lazy with those.
Yeah.
She was sticking to her Latin for a while, and then she just was like, fucking Wingardium Leviosa, let's go.
Yep.
Yeah. But you know, we'll see. Maybe I'll change my mind as I finish the last two movies. I won't.
You'll have to come to the realization they're not even close in power.
There's a lot less fucking what's it called when they fly around in the brooms and they play soccer?
Quidditch.
Wizardry.
Yeah, there's a lot less Quidditch by the end, which is welcome.
I like Quidditch. I like it when
Quidditch is a stupid ass sport.
I liked it in the books because you can like make a book as long as you want, and it doesn't seem to like have timing issues. But like in the movies, I was like, maybe less Quidditch.
I don't know. I thought it was cool just because
it was cool to see. I guess
you could die. Like technically,
you would just have everybody go for the Seeker Ball or whatever it's called.
Yeah, it seems like that's all that ever matters.
Like nobody's winning by points
because it was like 10 points a goal or like 200 points a Quidditch ball or something.
Every single time I've watched Quidditch in the movies, the points, it's like whose line is it anyway? The points do not matter. You just wait until the Seeker gets the Seeker Ball, and that's how you win.
Mm-hmm.
And which seems to make it a shitty sport.
Yeah, probably so. Just like soccer.
Oh, have you ever seen Vivarium?
Yes, I actually have seen that one. The cover is like a veiny arm or something, right?
That's the one. No, that's the one where they're stuck in the green house in the pocket dimension and they can't get away from it.
Okay, I have seen that one where they're trying to dig their way out and they get assigned a child.
So Woody, this is a fun movie. I won't spoil a whole ton of it. Actually, I will. So it's on Netflix, and young couple. It's Eisenberg. Jesse Eisenberg's the guy, and and the two of them are house hunting, I suppose, and they go into this very peculiar real estate agent's office. He takes them to this new development, and all the houses are identical. And they go in, and they're like, "This is kind of whack" or whatever. And they go outside, and he's gone. The real estate agent's gone. He's kind of just disappeared. Well, they hop in their car, and no matter what way they turn, they can't get out of the subdivision. And they keep driving past number 9, the same house, over and over and over until they run out of gas. They've switched places. He's already been like, let me drive. And still, they can't get out of here. And long story short, the next day, a baby is there in a box. And it says, raise this baby and then you can go free. And so then begins this montage of this baby grows like a dog. Like it's growing fast. It's clearly and it talks, its lips move. And then almost like a speaker from within it plays a voice that's disconnected, and it screams like a banshee when it wants food until it's like the milk is in the cereal and the spoon is stuck in, and then immediately its mouth shuts and it eats. It's disturbing to live with. He's like,
sounds like a normal baby, really.
It is. I kind of liked it. It's a dark, dreary, depressing, sad movie. The girl is outside looking at the clouds, and she's like, clouds here are all cloud shaped. All of them. Cloud-shaped clouds. It's
that happens here too.
sickening. Yeah, no, yeah, but some of them look like dogs. Some of them look like a house. Some of them look like a face. They're all like cartoon clouds.
Yeah,
they're like little poof balls. Little poof balls, just copy pasted in the sky. Like none of it's real. They're in this like weird pocket dimension where these aliens use humans like cuckoo birds. You know how the cuckoo bird lays its egg?
Yeah.
And the cuckoo hatches out, pushes the sparrows or whatever they are out of the nest, the robins, whatever. And then the mother doesn't know any better. She has to feed it. Like they're human cuckoos.
It was sad. It was not a satisfying ending.
Why? Did they go free?
They died, and the baby had grown to be the exact same man who had dropped them off, like a clone of him, essentially. And he Ziploc bagged them and threw them in the hole the husband had been digging to try to escape the whole time. And that was that.
Yep. Not a tale of jubilation at the end.
It was
there weren't enough answers at the end.
I needed a drink after that movie. That was so.
You need to drown it with a little Dos Equis.
But it's kind of cool because the movie seems to have impacted you. Therefore, that movie was well done.
It's one of those movies where the premise is so fascinating that it pulls you through the entire thing, even if as it's going, you're like, well, even if I was in this situation, this isn't the behavior I do. Or
I killed a kid, right? Would you kill that kid?
Yes. Yeah. It clearly it was so like it did that thing where the kid was around for like the kid had been there for 3 weeks and he was already 7 years old, and then the wife is like, something's not right, and it's like, no shit, like it's been evident since step one of this that something's not right.
The husband's like, that's not a boy. She's like, that boy. She's like, it's not a boy. That's not a child. I don't know what that is. And he tries to kill it. He tries to go lock it in the car and like leave it out there to die. And she goes and gets it out of the car and brings it in because it's screaming. Dude, I would have pickaxed that thing. That thing was clearly like a demon.
Yeah.
There's one part that's actually like scary in the whole thing where the boy can, the whole time he's mocking them to their face, but he can perfectly duplicate their voice from within.
He's like a mimic.
He's like it's like he's a voice recorder almost. And she's trying to, he's been leaving the house and he says he's going to talk to someone, but he can't say to who. Like he goes somewhere. They can't walk down the street without coming out the other side in a circle. But this guy's been leaving during the day and he's got like a school book written in alien fucking languages and shit, but he won't tell him where he's going or who he's talking to. And so she's like, can you mimic daddy? And he goes, I'm so tired of this. Nothing tastes good anymore. Oh, that's so good. Can you mimic mommy? Yeah, of course I can. Oh, that's great. Could you mimic anyone else? The doggy. He goes, ruff, 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 ruff. And it's like, okay. What about anybody else? Maybe the person you met with today? And he just goes, and like, and his throat starts swelling in this unnatural frog-like way from both sides. And she just starts sobbing in terror, backing away from him. And it's like, fuck. This is,
all right. Well, this is
dark.
That's a bad answer. Like, not what any of us wanted to hear.
Not what I wanted to hear at all. That was a dark, depressing, sad, but also an interesting premise. Like I love the cuckoo. At the very beginning, you see the cuckoo thing happen. You know, so it's you see like a cuckoo pushing the other babies out.
Oh, okay.
So it's kind of in your head that that's what's going on here. That was a dark fucking movie. I guess you're right, Woody. If it affected me, it's done its job. I watched some movies and I'm just like, meh. All right, good guy won, huh? Guess he shot them all.
Right. 1/3 of the way through this, I could have written the other 2/3.
There's so many movies where you've got like the estranged husband, right? The wife, she's got a new guy that she's been like living with. And he's worried about his son maybe becoming this guy's son a little bit too much. And then the boyfriend dies. He gets killed in the plague, the tragedy. It happened in 2012. That movie where the whole world's falling apart. And then the wife forgets that motherfucker immediately. And arm wrapped around old husband. And we're all smiling. And it's like, man, this is so fake. There's nothing real about this. We'd all be destroyed. We'd all be destroyed. Dead. Sure. Yeah. Although in that, at least I feel like with Rick especially, he's just like, there's nothing left to feel. Like he's just always sort of in the state of being traumatized or dealing with the previous trauma after maybe season 5 or 6. He's just always fucked up and usually physically beaten. He's often all swollen up and cut and bruised.
Dude, I know I watch more Walking Dead, I think, than most people, and I think the move is to kill yourself in that universe. Even the people that do thrive and sort of get on top of it,
yeah,
you will never have joy again. There is no goodness.
I think they just suck
moments between terribleness, but there's no joy.
You just got to go so far north that they can't walk around, and you can find joy, but you're just going to be cold.
I genuinely
not in
don't
this universe. I don't think there's a cold problem, but they can't swim, so there might be some sort
like
of
a Madagascar solution, some kind of island,
right? Or heck, I've watched enough sailing videos. Why not just go from like island to island, enjoying your sailing life?
Yeah, there'd be a way to find joy.
Like it's a TV show, so if they ever were to allow human ingenuity to fix the zombie problem, they couldn't continue the show. But human ingenuity would fix the zombie problem right away. It's a silly premise to begin with. We could just dig holes and put spikes in them and throw speakers in there, and like no more zombies after a while. They'd all just be spiked, and if the hole filled up, we'd burn them all up.
There'd be a risk because everyone that dies becomes a zombie in The Walking Dead. So there's a resupply. It seems is always someone going to die, but they'd probably manage that. There'd be a protocol that people agree to.
We all need we just need Apple Watches. We need to get notified when Biden bites the dust, so that we can go in there and get rid of it.
You'd have like an elderly section of the village. Actually,
but you could have
that wouldn't last long at all. One elderly person dies, and then it's just a clean slate every
now
time.
You've got 19 elderly zombies to deal with. I'm not sure an elderly zombie is less dangerous than a normal one.
No, they creep up on you.
There's super
fight you with their zombie mouth.
Like, is their strength related to their normal strength? I don't know.
I'd be more scared of like an Arnold Schwarzenegger zombie than a fucking Chris Christie zombie.
A muscular zombie.
I wouldn't want to tussle with either one. All they got to do is
zombie with a helmet.
Chris Christie is a zombie. He knows how to bite.
Zombie with a helmet is a problem. Yeah, that'd be a real problem. Zombie with a helmet, like a military helmet, especially like if he could take some pistol bullets.
Plants vs Zombies. That's one of the most feared enemies. The zombies.
The helmeted zombie
with the bucket. Straightforward. Like I like psychological thrillers. Any like horror's good, but like a good thriller, and it seems like that's the rarest kind of movie to be done really well. Like Silence of the Lambs, something like that. That's just fucking excellent. There aren't.
I really appreciate good sci-fi. Like if they can build a world that's different somehow, and even if they're doing like this small little mission and it's contained in this room or on this ship that's going to a place, I really dig that. But yeah, psychological stuff and horror. Anytime there's an actually good horror movie, it's like today's a good day. Yeah, sure. Or the Conjuring, I think is tremendous. It's probably my favorite horror movie. I mean, I really like The Exorcist, but that's a 50-something-year-old movie or something.
Yeah, Conjuring.
My son just watched all the Saws. Now, not every night, 6 nights a week, he watches a movie.
Jeez.
And he comes down and says, "Dad, I watched a movie." And I say verbatim, "You watched a movie? How cool. What movie did you watch?" He gives me the title. And then I say, what year did that come out? And he tells me what year. I might ask a question about the genre or something, and then I guess how long it is. The thing is, he's like, "What movie did you watch?" "Saw." "What movie did you watch?" "Saw 2. "What do you watch?" "Saw 3. Now I'm catching on to the pattern. Yeah. So I'll like look up in advance how long Saw 4 is. I mean, like, is that 1 hour, 33 minutes? That's right. Like, who knew?
Oh, it's out in the dark here, 89 minutes.
I really like that.
Good at this.
I thought that Barbarian movie was tremendous. I like something that's got a twist.
Yeah, that was good.
The problem with Shyamalan movies is it's a Shyamalan movie. It's like he shouldn't use his name in the promotion for films. Like if you're going to be this guy I'm thinking of something like The Village, where you went in like, what's the twist? And instead of sitting back that's a hated
The Village
movie.
is a terrible movie.
Everybody seems to hate it, but if you look at the cast, it's so good.
Day Common Con got like, this is the next Night Shyamalan.
Yeah. In that he made one great movie and then petered off.
One?
Well, you had that with Steven.
Signs and Dead I See Dead People Help Me, the real title.
Sixth Sense.
Oh yeah,
Sixth Sense.
Okay, those are both good. Sixth Sense was much better than Signs. I think.
I would
People
rather
say
watch
that. I like them
Signs.
both, but
I would rather watch Signs than Sixth Sense if I was going to watch one, though, because I did that last week and I watched Signs. Maybe 2 weeks ago now. I watched all of his movies. I watched Lady in the Water. I watched The Village. I watched all
Old.
of that shit.
I watched Old.
I saw Old, and I saw fucking The Happening. The Happening was when I got let down. That was the one, because I was
had
like,
really
okay.
cool trailers. I remember.
I don't really remember the order, but if I had seen Lady in the Water, I like Paul Giamatti's, and it was a kind of a little fairy tale in an apartment building, and it was like, this is neat. This is a fun little fun movie. And then the what was the other one he did? But when The Happening came out with Mark Wahlberg, and that, it was just garbage. It's a genuinely trash movie. There's no redeeming qualities from that movie. It's almost never scary until the very end, and it's not scary at the end because of The Happening, which is, spoiler for the worst Shyamalan movie ever. The trees are releasing pollen or pheromones that trigger something in human brains that send us into this suicidal rage pattern. And everybody just starts killing themselves out of nowhere in the most absurd, non-effective, sometimes comical or juxtapositional ways. Like people laying down in front of lawnmowers, and the zookeeper just happened to have a lion handy, so he's just feeding the lion his arm. And that's what the promotional material was. It was these people were going about their day, maybe at an outdoor cafe or something, just, ooh, Brian got into 3rd grade honors, and then suddenly a body falls. And they're like, oh my God, someone jumped. And then another one, and then another. And because like tons of people are suiciding off the building. And it's like, whoa, what the fuck? And then they show like some quick clips of the lawnmower mowing the guy, or the lion eating the person. You're like, what the fuck is this movie? It's trees. It's trees making people silly. But don't worry, it'll stop at the end when Mark Wahlberg's done.
Yeah.
And Marky Mark's a terrible actor. Like, he's a terrible actor.
Did you see him in his recent Netflix show? I forget what it was called. He played like an assassin whose family didn't know he was an assassin.
No.
Oh. I watched it with Jackie. It was fun, but not good.
What, isn't he in The Other Guys? With Will Ferrell?
Yeah.
That was a super funny movie.
He's in Ted too. Like he can do that. That's his best character, because I think that character is closer to like who he is, just sort of a douchebaggy, funny kind of ish guy. Like I think he's good in Ted. I liked him in Ted a lot, and I liked him in The Other Guys. I really like The Other Guys. I think it's funny.
Yeah, The Other Guys is super funny. Wait, that is the one where it starts where The Rock and Samuel L. Jackson are like, aim for the bushes.
And then they aim for the bushes. And they just hit the concrete.
We don't know what they were thinking. It was a 65-story building. Yeah, that was a super good movie. I remember getting some out loud laughs at that. But yeah, where Will Ferrell's like shitty to his unbelievably hot wife.
Eva Mendes.
He's like, you come out here dressed like a plain Jane, and when I've got company over, and she's just a bombshell. And that's so funny.
Kenny Powers did that too. Kyle, you saw that movie or TV show? Yeah,
I saw all of it.
He's pounding down.
He wanted her to like, I don't know. They were like, we're going out. I want you to dress nice, and she's in this like glittery thing, and she looks like $1 million. And he's like, you look okay, but you dress like a whore.
But she was dressed like a whore. You're misremembering. She's dressed like white trash whore.
I saw it today, and that's my style.
I saw it today.
It is. I mean, well, Amazon
she looks like a disco ball that I want to fuck.
Yes. No,
I need to watch the rest of that show. I watched like the whole first season, and I thought it was very funny. And then I must have like not had HBO after the first season for a while, because that's probably 10 years ago now.
It peters off a little bit.
It's funny.
But I think that his pathetic sidekick, whatever that guy's name is,
the guy with the goofball who kind of talks funny,
he comes into his own in season 2. It's either 2 or 3. Kenny flees to Mexico and starts pitching in a Mexican league and actually does okay. And but the other guy marries this morbidly obese Mexican woman, and their relationship is fucking hilarious. Oh, he also gets cornrows. which is pretty funny too. I think they both get cornrows, and they're fighting cops. That's like their side gig, and they get robbed by Mexican midget gangsters. Yeah, it's an interesting. It's a
I'll
fun
have to watch the rest of that series before Terminator or Terminator 2.
I was gonna send you the Blu-ray too. I've got it.
I watched that movie that you sent me, not leaving Las Vegas.
LA Confidential.
LA Confidential. That's what it is. Yeah.
Yep.
And I liked that a lot. I still have it. It's one of the only Blu-rays I own.
It's tremendous.
What's your Blu-ray player?
I used my Xbox, like the Xbox One, the black one that's like vertical.
Series
X. I don't
X.
think they come with a disc player anymore.
Oh well, I think it did, because I don't know what else I would have played it on.
You might not have the most recent one, or I'm wrong, which could be.
I've got a PlayStation 5 and a Series X, so one of them definitely plays Blu-rays.
Yeah, I definitely don't. My Xbox.
I don't operate the discs. I've got someone for that.
You don't know how to operate the disc?
We train your dog.
Yeah. Toby can.
Zach says you can get them with and without the disc, so maybe I don't have the disc. That's why I think that. Okay.
Yeah, I think those consoles have always been pretty good Blu-ray players. Back to when PlayStation destroyed when they stuck a damn Blu-ray player in that PlayStation 3. That was such a good idea.
Mm-hmm. Having PlayStation 2 be a DVD player was an awesome idea.
Xbox 360 was too, though. Wasn't that the same gen?
No.
Or was it 360 and PS3
I
the
thought
same
originally
gen?
Xbox 360 couldn't.
That'd be wild.
Yeah. Didn't they play that other one, like the HD DVD or something?
They would have played both, right? I remember HD DVD and like not knowing which was going to win and not buying.
Neither of them. Torrenting one again.
No, if you want the highest quality visuals, you'll still have a Blu-ray.
Do you think you'll like that Kevin Costner movie while we're talking about movies? You don't think I thought you might like, because
So if you want a good movie reviewer, I think he's kind of on the same wavelength and he's fun too. It's Critical Drinker. He's also a bit political. He goes on Piers Morgan and stuff and talks about the woke Disney stuff. I think he described it as that it bounced around to quite a few characters and it made it sound like it was a bit disjointed and you weren't getting enough of what you wanted and far too much of characters and situations you didn't care about. And I don't know. I'll watch it. I'll give it a try, I guess. But his if you go back to his Wyatt Earp movie, I don't know if you ever saw that. It came out the same year as Tombstone.
I saw it. It's been a while.
It's a little dry, because Kevin Costner's a little dry. He doesn't have a sense of humor. Kevin Costner's never cracked a joke, not a real one. Like he might have been, if anything, his sort of like lack of a sense of humor is the joke. Like his sort of the fact that he often plays someone who's socially retarded, for lack of a better term, like someone who's been out too long. If you think about Waterworld, or if you think about Postman, or even if you think about Open Range, it's this guy who's been out there too long. He's not used to being in town, and he's going to be sort of awkward and weird about it.
Patience for people is it Yellowstone, the TV show? Yeah.
I quit watching that like a couple years ago. I'm sure there's still some good Yellowstone to watch, but I didn't
make it to the end.
I didn't make it anywhere near the end. I'm probably missing. I didn't know it was ended. I'm missing quite a bit. I liked it for a while and I lost interest. It's
been a couple of years, and there's supposed to be one more season that wraps up the story, but they just can't seem to get that done.
Yeah, I heard. I know Kevin Costner's done according to him. So
that's come and gone. It's currently gone, so you're right. But
yeah. But yeah, the Long Legs movie is the only thing on the horizon as far as movies that I'm like hyped for. I'm tempted to go to the movies and watch it. It looks really interesting. They have a fun marketing campaign, and you never know how much of it's fabricated or nonsense or whatever. But it starts, and it's like the first time that the actress who plays Michelle or whatever, doesn't matter, saw Nick Cage in his Daddy Long Legs like outfit or whatever. Her heart rate hit 170 beats per minute, and it's like, that's kind of cool if that's true at all. I like that. That kind of tells me that it's shocking and fucking scary. Again, I've tried to avoid any sort of spoilers at all, but it looks like maybe he's a giant spider monster or some shit.
So you don't know anything about this show, Daddy Long?
No, I have no idea. It's a movie that's like out now, I believe. I'm looking, but it's what I want to see the most. I like Nicolas Cage when he's used correctly. I always say he's a good actor, but he's got to be applied correctly. He's not the guy you'd want to like play the president in your movie in like a historical drama or something. But if you need a loon or a wacky, goofy monster or someone who's supposed to be like out there, he's perfect. He's ready made. He doesn't even have to act.
Are you sure it's called Daddy Longlegs?
Maybe Long Legs. Maybe just Long Legs.
It is Long Legs. Okay.
Kind of on the class warfare thing. I'll make it quick, but I found a new TV show that's pretty good. All right, it's called Snowpiercer. You remember the movie Snowpiercer?
Yes.
Where they're on the train, the world is frozen over.
You're eating the bug bars.
The bug bars. Spoiler alert. Yeah.
Whatever.
So there's a TV show, and it's actually pretty fucking good. Like one season's already out, and the second season is like debuting right now. Like season 2, episode 1 came out last week.
What's it on?
I think it's on TNT, but I watched it on HBO, and I think it might be on Amazon too. It's pretty good. I liked it. It's extremely violent. I've seen enough nudity to keep me interested, and I like the characters, and I like the. At first, I was like, "How are you going to make that movie into a TV show and keep that going episodically?"
Is it an even bigger train?
It's the same train. It's just a different story. It's it's.
Is this a prequel to it, or
no? This is ignoring the movie.
It's just the movie again, but longer.
It's all right. No, it's a TV show called Snowpiercer.
So it's the movie, but shorter. I get it. Say no more.
TV show called Snowpiercer about the movie Snowpiercer.
No, forget the movie.
Okay, I've forgotten it. But what does it have to do with the movie?
Everything and nothing. Okay, all right. Like the characters are all different. The story is different. However, it does take place on a train that is, was created by Mr. Wilford, and there are the people called the tailies who are in the tail of the train, who are like the shitty class, who like are really just stowaways. They didn't have tickets. They barged onto the train and they got shoved back there, and they've had to resort to cannibalism, and they're all filthy back there. And then there's the third class, second class, and first class people. And the first class people are all snooty, and they've got like hundreds of millions of dollars invested. That's why they are in the first class. And Jennifer Connelly is like the star of the show, and she's like the head of hospitality, and she's like the face, the forward-facing face of Mr. Wilford, as it were. She's the one who's out there solving problems and getting to the bottom of things.
If I were an uber wealthy guy who was making a train for this purpose, I would never make the train big enough to support thousands of stowaways should that happen.
He didn't. That's
why for elite rich people.
Yeah, he didn't. That's why they're like really having a hard time back there in the back and eating those disgusting bars of food and resorting to cannibalism, and they're always killing them off and taking away their breeding rights.
Oh. Well, I guess that makes sense. You are on a train. You can't be having a bunch of kids.
I highly value my breeding rights. You might... I feel like... Look, I don't want kids. I just want practice. And
Oh, you can have all the practice you want, but they sterilize the women.
Oh, well, that's
that
doesn't
affect me at all.
Not at all. Not at all.
Never mind. Now I'm
no
on
problem
board.
with that at all.
You just got to muscle down some bug bars and get used to.
This all happens in the first episode, but just to give you a general idea of what the story is about, a murder happens aboard the train amongst like the first or second class people, like the snooty people, and they got to get to the bottom of it. So Jennifer Connelly finds out by searching through the passenger manifest that in the tail of the train there is a guy who used to be a homicide detective. So they pull him out of the tail to like investigate this murder, and so he's suddenly getting exposed to like real food and being able to see the sun for the first time in 7 years, and like going through all of that. And it's pretty fucking cool to like see him slowly like get out of the haze of living in the shit end of the train and like get accustomed.
They come down to the shit end of the train. They can ask any occupation, I'm standing up. We have a professional cocksucker. Yeah, let me in the front. Let me in the front. Do we have a guy we could just beat indiscriminately? I'm your man.
I can take a punch.
Headshots only, please. It's really, I've got Homer Simpson.
I have a cup of water. Yeah,
but Kyle, why are they stuck on the train? It's important.
So what happened was use of fossil fuels, global warming was happening, and then I think there was also like a war, maybe a nuclear war.
Yeah.
And the world was getting really hot as a result of all of that. So the scientists created this stuff that they would launch into the atmosphere to create a cooling effect, but it sort of ran away with them, and it cooled, like the surface is negative 120 degrees Celsius.
And I had a great job.
And I had to Google that. That's negative 180 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's so cold.
That's one. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. It's going to be freezing out here.
It's so cold on the outside that they utilize the cold air outside as like a torture and execution method.
Oh, I remember that. They stick they
put the people's hand out the porthole and like freeze their arms off and then shatter them with a hammer. But then there's a scene where like they just have a hose hooked up so they can just apply a little cold air at a time and like freeze a finger off if they want. And like the execution method is called like ice lungs or something like that, where they like put a breathing apparatus on you and they hook the cold air up so you inhale it and then just freeze your insides and kill you that way. Like there's all
after that. Huh? Do they eat them after that?
They compost you.
Oh, I was wondering why they didn't just airlock them out, like.
Yeah, or just throw them off the chain.
Yeah, because of the limited resources, they want the bodies for compost. And the show does a really good job of showing just how enormous the train is. It's like it's over 1,000 cars long, and there's this part where like they're in the tail and they're talking. They're like they're never gonna give us like our own beds and a place to stay. He's like, dude, they've got a bowling alley up there. All right, they have room for us. Like because they've got a bowling alley. They've got like an aquarium.
Can you imagine a dumber sport to play on a moving train?
I didn't think that through.
maybe pool.
Pool, ping pong.
At least you're not going to die from a pool table.
Dude, on these Disney cruises, there's ping pong tables up on like the deck next to the pools and stuff. And it's like everything's moving around and imagine ping pong in like a boat that's going 19 miles an hour through 30-mile-an-hour wind. Like what? This is the worst game ever. The balls are just zipping all over one side.
So many balls just go into the sea.
You hit it at the other guy and stops and goes back at you.
It's a pretty good show. And there's a lot of class warfare going on. That's what made me think of it is this Wall Street bet stuff. Some of the first class passengers are just like actually literally evil. So that's really fun. Jennifer Connelly is super hot as she always is.
How far are you into it?
I finished the first season today, and I watched the first episode of the second season. And again, I like to avoid spoilers, but they introduce a huge new character played by an actor we all know in the beginning of the second season. A really
actor it is isn't a spoiler. We don't even know who he's playing.
Al thinks it is a spoiler, so maybe take his judgment.
It's a big actor. He's in some of our favorite movies and TV shows.
No, Tom Cruise.
What's a good anime to watch? I've never watched any anime other than Pokemon when I was little.
Okay, so here's my
interested in. Go for it.
Here's my anime list. No, for anybody new to anime. So, I think one of the best animes is One Punch Man.
Oh, that was a great thing to join into.
Yes, we just started anime talk.
Yeah, we're talking about anime. Wait, we were talking about anime, and I really wanted to hear Kwebbel's suggestion.
Yes. Okay. So here are my. You actually. Okay.
Yes.
So here are my top anime suggestions, and anybody feel free to chip in and shoot it off.
Yeah,
whatever.
I don't know anything about anime.
So I would say for a guy, if you like fighting and stuff like that, you're interested in it. One Punch Man season 1 is an amazing introduction to anime. It's simple. You don't have to get all the jokes, but the fighting is amazing. The fights are great. The animation style is great. The music is really, really good, and the comedy is really funny too. What do you guys think?
Okay. I think that is a good second or third anime because the whole premise of the show is based off
you
of
gotta
making
know.
fun.
Yes.
Let me interject. I think
Yes.
it's actually more boring than like if you watch a lot of anime, it comes off pretty good. But I've had lots of friends where I've been like, "Yo, watch One Punch Man," and then get into anime, and they're always like bored by the second episode. I don't know if you remember, like that he fights the lobster guy, and like
the
honestly,
lobster
like, the
dude.
first few episodes are dragged out. But if you watch anime, you know, like, okay, it's gonna get good. But to normal people, they're every single time.
Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood
right now because
That's the correct one.
Full
Kyle
Metal
was the
Alchemist Brotherhood. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. There
You said
we
the
go.
correct answer. I just started rewatching for the third time. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is the one that you start with. Yes.
I was almost crying at the end.
I'm
My
a
girlfriend
hardcore
cried
anime
10
watcher.
times.
I haven't even watched that yet. I got.
Oh my god, Jimmy!
What's the one where they have like the modern Japanese army against the like ancient Japanese army?
Steins Gate? No.
No, is that Gate?
No, it's
You
something
mean-
with a gate, right?
One
The
of you guys
where they put-
suggested it, I think.
Stargate.
Yeah, are you
No,
talking
no,
about the one where there's a portal and it goes back in time?
It's the one
Yeah,
we
yeah.
watched clips of it on the show where it's like a bunch of ancient Japanese guys being like, "We will get them with this assault," and then they start going forward and they just get blown the fuck out by like
They just
a
get
modern-day
mowed
Japanese
down
guy.
by-
With the, he's like,
I'm pretty sure
they're
it's
coming with horses and spears. Just bomb them, not end it. But yeah, that One Punch Man shit. Exactly what Beast said happened to me. Kyle was like,
Really?
"Oh, Taylor, watch One Punch Man. Watch it. It's so good."
Okay,
I
Death
got
Note.
one episode in, and I was like, I don't understand the jokes, but I did like when he punched the lobster guy.
Yep.
So-
See, I've had it happen 3 times.
for both Beast and you, Taylor, Full Metal Alchemist is my favorite, or Brotherhood specifically.
Yeah.
There's 2 versions, and
yeah.
it's on Netflix, and you can watch it even without subs if you wanted to. You could watch it dubbed. Don't do that, but you could. This show it hits the right level of very serious issues. I'm not going to spoil anything, but the first episode because I feel like that's fine. They basically try and bring their mother back from the dead, and it's fucked up. And in the course of that, the main characters lose 1, their body, and 2, the arm and the leg. They're like bleeding on the ground. Fuck it. Like there's this hideous heap of what was a human in there. And you're like, oh, it's kind of a serious one, huh? Like the idea of the show is pretty mature. It's not like for kids. And it's really well written throughout the entire like
The
80,
story
60
arcs.
episode. Yeah, it's
The
great.
story arcs are perfect. So imagine the perfect story arc for every single character, and then that's Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
is-
So these guys,
great.
they go from they get introduced, and you're like, oh, I love this guy, awesome, to you start hating him, and he turns into this evil thing, or the other way around, right? Like
Or
an
you love him,
evil
yeah.
guy, an
But
evil
see,
guy
to
you
us
might
who haven't
envy.
watched this, we have no idea what you're talking about. But yeah.
Oh, I know, and he's doing a good job of like of hiding the key
So-
parts here because it's that
So
good.
Tucker, an evil guy who, like he's very envious about people and whatever. He might really like go from I hate this guy, and he's like such a bad guy, to by the end of the series you're sitting there tearing up because it's coming to an end for him, and it's like you see the character development, you see the progression, you see everybody getting better.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful.
That's I
Man,
agree.
I'm tearing up over here.
I agree.
Do you
That
need
is
to watch the first Full Metal Alchemist before
They're-
you watch Brotherhood?
They're
the same.
synonymous. They're the same, but like the way one follows the manga or whatever the hell, and the other one is just better. And that's Full Metal Alchemist.
Like it's a
Brotherhood.
remake, a little bit more modern take.
Okay.
I want
and
to
then
talk to
I-
Mr. Beast. Oh, I thought there was going to be
Go
a break
ahead.
there.
No, we can't. He was about to suggest something.
Oh, well, no, go for it, Woody.
Dude, I feel like we got Mr. Beast on here and we're talking about cartoons. Like, come on, bro.
Well,
Like,
to be fair,
Excuse me, anime.
Anime.
cartoon.
I
All right.
wanted to know an anime.
I've been looking for good horror lately. I watched a horror movie last night on Shudder called Sea Fever.
I
I'm a
have-
horror fanatic.
You know what's so funny? I've seen that.
You've seen Sea Fever, man. All right, so
Let
I would.
me
It's
check.
definitely.
That was okay.
It's definitely a B movie. based, budget wise, but I would say a B plus budget. There's no parts that look so bad that you laugh at. It's certainly not like Sharknado or it's not goofy. It's taken seriously. Essentially, there's a fishing vessel with a lot of people on it, including some sort of student scientist who's there to do some like accompanying research maybe on the ocean. She's tagging along. They've let her go. And it looks like a whole Scandinavian crew and Scandinavian actors who you'll recognize if you've seen a lot of stuff, Vikings and shit like that. You're like, I've seen you before. And basically, the captain wants to make a little extra money, so he goes into a exclusion zone, a place where you're not allowed to fish. And they even remark, hey, there's whales here. They usually stay out of the fishing lanes. They hate the boats. And it's like, yeah, we're not in the fishing lanes anymore. We've gone to where boats don't usually go at all. We're out here where we're not supposed to be. And they run into a enormous creature that mistakes them for a dead whale, their boat for a dead whale, that it would feed on and put its little baby tadpoles in. And so their boat becomes infected by little baby tadpoles. And then the people get infected by little baby tadpoles. And where this guy's, I don't want to spoil what happens, but there's an explosive reaction that is real gruesome that happens because someone had little baby tadpoles in them. And it's how we find out that there are, in fact, little baby tadpoles on the ship. They're like, oh, there they are. Fuck. And it gets increasingly darker and darker. Yeah. And it doesn't have a happy ending. I don't mind like giving that much away because again, it's like a B plus horror movie that's like, I
like a not happy ending in a horror movie from time to time. It keeps you guessing.
I am a horror movie fanatic, so if you ever need a good suggestion, I could tell you
several
movies that will fuck
Yes, please.
There's this one movie that's probably my top 5 of all time horror movies.
Mm-hmm.
It's a Spanish movie called Terrified, where it's almost like a neighborhood that's haunted. Google that shit, excuse my language, and watch that. It will mess you up. Amazing movie.
I'll watch that. I love not Terrified. Terrified.
2017 film.
Yeah, yeah. You have to watch.
It has good ratings.
You will love it.
I'll check that out. I'm always like, what's another good one? I'm always looking for new horror. I like horror.
Midsummer is a good one.
Enjoyed that.
I thought that was.
It was my.
That's a horror.
That's Ari Aster, right?
Oh,
the director.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
It's my least favorite of his movies, but
I know people who think it. I know people who think it's like one of the best of all time, and people who don't like it's one of those movies.
Hereditary blew me away.
Hereditary was amazing.
I had to watch it twice to enjoy it and appreciate it. I disliked it the first time. I maybe came on. I maybe even came on here and shat on it, and I really got caught up on that little girl. And look, I know that's how she looks. Her face is a bit unfortunate to look at.
Yeah,
and it was off-putting to me. And she kept doing those little like ticks, that clicking tick she does, and that was really off-putting to me for some reason too. And every now and then I watch something and I'm queasy, like unrelated to that. I'm like sick to my stomach. I have this hatred of SpongeBob SquarePants because I was hungover the first time I ever like saw an episode. I was like fucking sour stomach, hungover, nasty, feeling like shit. And so it's
and you're like hearing like nah, like just loud ass.
Lives in a pineapple under the sea, and I'm like, I need a ride home,
Patrick, and you're like,
that's hilarious.
Ruined it for me. What was I talking about before SpongeBob?
You were talking about that
or Hereditary, rather.
Face.
The second time I watched it though, and I started appreciating the little intricacies of it. The hidden details, the symbolism. Exactly. I missed huge plot points the first time I watched it, and I usually think I'm good at that, but I was like, holy shit. She was there though. This character was watching way earlier than she's introduced. There she is in the background, or oh, this happened here and there, and oh shit, what's that in the fucking shadows? There's lots of that. Yeah. And the last 10-20 minutes of that movie are a shit show roller coaster goat fuck. It goes wild. Yeah. The only thing that I can compare it to, as far as, I like that when you come out of nowhere and hit the audience in the fucking teeth when they've just been taking body blows all night. It's like, whoa, wasn't ready for this. It's Bone Tomahawk. You seen that shit?
I've seen that one.
when the thing that happens fucking happens in Bone Tomahawk, you're like, oh, we're not watching a Western anymore. We went straight to cannibal horror film. Holy shit. I've never
They go from that normal
that gory before.
They go from like a normal Western, like it's a little quiet out here on
not just normal, but good
here. And then good slow burn, good acting. I was enjoying it. And then in like maybe 25 seconds, it goes from that to absolute brutality. And then it gets worse and worse and worse until they're in the cages.
Hear me out here. Wouldn't you watch a whole TV series about that cast just doing normal cowboy shit without cannibals? Like, some rustlers came and took Bill's herd. Come on, Roscoe, let's go get. And that group of guys just rides off and deals with some rustlers.
I would need a little cannibalism.
Lots of eating beans and campfires. You need the cannibalism. All
there would need to be hints of it, and there'd be like, there's human-shaped mouths eating our steer.
Like that. Bone Tomahawk's hardcore.
Little death whistle here.
Guess it's not a cannibal anymore. It's eating our steers.
I love
a lot of the best horror movies are foreign movies. Like if you get out of American productions that tone their stuff down, like Hereditary is like a rare example, but there's like what's the zombie Train to Busan?
Very good. Very good.
Have you seen that one?
Of course, I love Korean stuff.
That was a cool one. Like they're
the cool
when you
Asians.
get out of the States, like there's some really messed up ones that will screw with your head.
Yeah. There's a bunch of good like Asian horror, whether it's like Korean or Thai, Japanese, like there's a ton of those out there. And
what's your favorite vampire movie?
Mine?
Fuck. I don't know.
Ooh. Okay. Bram Stoker's Dracula.
With
really
Keanu and
Gary Oldman.
Gary Oldman and
amazingly done.
Winona Ryder.
Yeah.
And Anthony
What's
Hopkins
the Tarantino one?
and
where
Carrie Ewells.
What are you talking about? Dusk Till Dawn?
Yes, the one that becomes a vampire movie at the very end. I like that.
Yeah, that was
Robert
that was
Rodriguez movie pinned by Quentin Tarantino.
It was more hokey than scary.
Yeah, definitely not.
The twist comes out of nowhere though, which I really appreciate. I so wish more movies would do that.
I mean, George Clooney and Tarantino as brothers was awesome in the first half. Like I thought that was a really cool matchup, but the way that Tarantino was screwed up.
I was cool with all that. I'd have watched that whole movie without the vampires, and I'd have watched a whole other.
That could have been a movie on its own. Yeah, totally.
I liked both.
Well, yeah, I've seen every vampire movie, and I think that's one of the best ones. Bram Stoker's like really did it.
I was going to say the same thing. It's great. I highly recommend it. It's a very sexy, horny movie. Very sexy, horny movie.
Yeah.
Which movie? Wait, you
Bram Stoker's Dracula. There's a Dracula turns into a wolf man and fucking raw dogs this redhead with her titties out. Monica Bellucci and two other lesbian vampire chicks come out of the fucking bed.
How did you remember that name?
With their titties, because I love Monica Bellucci and her big fucking pussy, and not like I don't know, like big poofy like pussy lips. It's a real good looking pussy that she's shown a lot on film. Big titties. She's the chick who gets raped in Irreversible.
Oh, I'm a huge fan of.
Now you're on board.
Her. Yes.
Her and two other lesbian vampire bitches come out of Keanu's bed and they're like sucking his dick and biting his ball sack and shit. Really and Dracula's like, bitches, get the fuck away from him. He's mine. But don't worry, I got a brand new human baby infant, and he hands it to him, and they're just like, they like rip it apart, tear it to pieces while it screams. And Keanu's like watching all that shit go down. And then later on, you get the Wolfman raw dog and the redhead, which I mentioned. But then Lucy in general, the redhead.
I might just want to watch highlights.
Just titties out everywhere.
This sounds pretty fucking stupid. Like
Dracula, it is as close to the original book that as any Dracula story there's ever been. It is.
And my next one was Interview with the Vampire.
As has ever been. And Gary Oldman tries his fucking heart out. He looks great. I love it.
I changed my answer. What We Do in the Shadows is my favorite vampire movie.
That's fun.
That's a very funny movie. I like it. But
have you even seen Twilight?
I had watched that with my high school girlfriend. The first one.
Don't ruin the conversation.
I was like, that sucks. So,
but
Kyle,
Interview with the Vampire, Brad Pitt.
I do.
Decent amount of show today with a neat premise. I wouldn't be surprised if Kyle saw it. Do you guys know Brightburn? This show,
No, I
this
haven't heard
TV
of it.
show. It's a movie actually. So here it is. It's Superman essentially, right? So you've got this farming couple, lovely, wonderful, good-hearted people who make an honest living working the land and growing their crops. And then a meteor-like spaceship comes and plows into the earth. They had been trying to have children, but didn't. And sure enough, mom discovers her beautiful baby boy. And they raise this child like it was their own with nothing but kindness and goodness. And it's basically Superman. But sometime around puberty, the boy is bad. And he starts like fucking things up. And he wants to like scare or rape a girl that's his age. She's like also 12 years old, sneaking into her room at night and doing creepy shit. He breaks her hand by just smashing it with his own super strength right in school, like in gym class. He just crushes her hand and it's like deformed and wrecked. He fucks her up. And I won't go too much farther. You can get that much almost out of the trailer. But it's what would happen if Superman came to Earth, but no heart of gold.
Maybe he was a shitty kid.
So we've discussed this before when it came out. I was a big fan of it. But the real mystery is how they didn't get sued, because they're literally copying the Superman mythos right down to the wire. You know, small town Kansas family, boy falls from the sky. They're infertile, so they take him in. It's Roy from The Office, you know, Pam's douchebag first boyfriend, the fiance. He's the dad. The mother is an actress that I've seen around a lot. She usually does comedic stuff. I think I've seen her in some of those like Seth Rogen movies and stuff like that. Some of those comedies. She's a good actress.
Taylor likes with the big boobs. Or am I mixing up girls? No, okay.
Yeah, yeah. She doesn't have big boobs. And you're thinking of the girl that I like with the big boobs.
Oh, am I?
Yeah.
How did that narrow it down? Like just one?
She's a comedian with giant boobs. What's her name?
Are we talking about the redhead or the brunette?
Brunette.
Comedian with
giant
boobs.
No, she's a blonde, isn't she?
Roseanne.
No, she had a Netflix special. She did ayahuasca in one of the episodes.
Oh, that's not her. That's
Who are we talking about?
It's Chelsea Handler. He's thinking of Chelsea Handler.
It's not her though. Okay.
It's not. It's definitely not Chelsea Handler. It's an actually funny person. So yeah, it's a good fucking movie. It is very scary in parts to me. I thought it was because I don't know. There's something about like if you've got an adult villain, you're like, he's got motives and goals and well thought out evil plan. He'll stop at nothing, but he's got steps to his plan. But when you've got a child who is like the evil doer, it's like, oh my God, kids have all sorts of crazy thoughts. He could just go off on a tangent and like the smallest slight could like send him, and it does. You know, these violent, awful things he does. He takes on a whole new persona. He does lots of murder. His powers are those of Superman. It
sounds like the Twilight Zone episode where that kid, where it's like, imagine a world where a little boy can be a cunt to his family and you can't do anything about it. Well, now you're in that world and everyone's smoking. Look at this boy. Like that's basically what it is. Just a shitty kid who has ultimate power. But I can see how they wouldn't sue because, like, okay, the origin story is the exact same, but like Superman as a kid, I don't know anything about Superman, but he didn't have a shitty phase. He was always good. And I assume this kid in Brightburn doesn't have a redemption arc. It's about defeating this super shitty kid, not like convincing him to come to become Superman.
Pretty much, yeah. This is evil Superman.
That is ridiculously similar, though. Like that's absurd.
Kyle said he has the same powers, which is true, but like I'm watching him use his laser eyes, and I'm like, these are like the same special. So they're also red laser eyes, okay? You know, like
the same color. Well, actually, red is the color of evil. So
they even have the same shit with like his spaceship that he lands in is like a very important plot piece because they hide it in the barn. You know,
just like Superman.
Wow, he's taking his new superhero form, Sinister.
Big S on his chest.
Yes, I'm Sinister, and I'm going to meet up with my girlfriend Lois Penny Lane.
This is Lois Payne. She's super slutty.
She's
and
like
dumb.
Even bigger tits and a whore.
Yeah, yeah.
And he's evil too.
It's a good popcorn movie. It's I think maybe 90 minutes long, 95 minutes long. It's not some big long ass thing that you're gonna you really sympathize with the parents. I personally was like neck and neck with the dad with decision processes. I was just like, me and this guy are on the same wavelength. That wife of his, though, she needs a talking to, and they better drive way off to do the talking because Junior's got super hearing.
Did he have
Was the
super
wife
hearing?
being an enabler? Was the wife enabling his behavior?
The wife was an enabler. She was an apologist. Is what she was. She was he's going through a phase, and this and that.
What happens after he kills his father eventually?
I mean, I don't want to spoil the movie too much, but
I mean, like, I'm obviously he kills his father, right?
I don't want to spoil the movie and confirm or deny whether or not he kills anyone in his family, but he does kill other people, and he goes on several rampages, and it's genuinely frightening is a strong word. You know, I'm a grown man. It's rare that I'm actually in my home and frightened. Jump scares always get me, but I don't think of that as horror. I think of that as like a cheap surprise. Like I was watching Red Letter Media the other day, my favorite YouTube channel of all time, and they were talking about jump scares and how they're just these cheap bullshit nonsense, and they showed like a really quiet clip for a few minutes, and I'm just staring at it like they were like shitting on The Conjuring or something like that. And then all of a sudden they pop up the face of Bagul from Insidious and like play that sound that's just like, and I'm it's 4 a.m. here. I'm sitting up in bed and I screamed out loud. It scared me so I was like literally fucking. I was just and my heart's racing and I'm like, this is the most afraid I've been in a year. And I was in prison. I haven't been this like surprised, frightened, shocked, whatever you want to call it, since I was threatened with rape in prison. Right? Like this is scary as fuck. I don't know if scary is the right word, but I was surprised by it. It was really scary. They are effective on me. This has a few little jump scares, but it's more about the mood and the visuals because the kid wears a mask that he makes.
He's not good
and
at
obviously
sewing.
You can't tell the kid to take the mask off because he's Superman. Or no, he's not Superman.
He only wears the mask when he's out doing evil. And you'll just sort of like a character will be like,
flying boy is that?
A character will be like washing dishes and like over their shoulder, you'll see like him hovering, wearing this like it looks a bit like Darth Maul or something. It's like red and black and all jagged, and it's genuinely creepy. Good movie. I can't remember the director, but it's someone we all know. I don't want to say Zack Snyder or maybe it was produced by the guy who ruined Star Trek. I don't remember exactly who made it, but it's a good movie. It's low budget, but you can't tell. Like modern special effects, when used sparingly, are both really affordable.
James Gunn, I think the producer.
James Gunn, that's the guy. Yeah. So yeah, I would highly recommend that movie.
That's interesting. I'll give that a watch.
Yeah.
It's
an hour. So I'm hoping for a sequel because I get invested when they build a universe. Kyle says no. Interesting.
Won't happen.
Oh, that's what you're saying. So I kind of want to know what happens next. I kind of want to know all right. Oh, and I want the same actor. So the actor that played this guy was 12, right? So next time, 17 years old, kind of awkward, some pimples, an imperfect person. Let's see what he's up to, right? Let's see.
Rape. Just murder rape all the time. Just killing people with his super cock and blowing loads through the top of their skulls.
Oh yeah, I mean,
all right.
I'm the least familiar of the four of us with the Harry Potter universe. I watched all 7 of them. Okay, well, I watched all 7 a couple years ago, and one thing, maybe it was because I watched it as an adult, but it was a good story. It was a good story, but the absolute balls on this woman Rowling to in the 4th movie be like, we've got time travel, and it's not an ethereal thing that we're almost figuring out. It's like a time honored, we know how to use this. Look how old this is. They use it to get out of a situation, and they have 2 more movies where it's not addressed. It could have solved everything at any time.
It's addressed in the books.
That's the dumbest thing they did.
So it's addressed very thoroughly in the books. The whole idea is that time travel device is like a nuclear weapon in the magic world, and they are kept not just under lock and key, but in like an abyss of puzzles and mazes and magic precautionary devices. Keep all the time turners that exist locked away, and they got one.
It's like the time stone,
and they're destroyed in the books. Like there's an instance where like, and then the fucking spell hit the cabinet, and the cabinet of time turners fucking exploded, and everything goes wonky because of the explosion. One of the characters is like aging and turning into a baby back and forth, like as he dies.
Well, it's like the time stone in the MCU, where like you can use it, but people always say don't use it. It's super dangerous, etc. It's just like that.
Don't! It destroys the plot. Ah!
I feel like time travel ruins almost every story in which it's employed in, because of all the way that time travel is being dealt with in the Marvel universe, and the way that I guess physicists theorize that it would work is that, you know, you're creating a different branch off the tree every time. There is no going back and saving Lincoln. Your Lincoln's dead. Now, you can go back and save a different Lincoln, but now there's another branch coming off the river, and the branches keep branching off. So you can't go back and change what's happened.
Like the Stephen King book is different, unless the thing is about time travel. Time travel is usually more of a problem.
Oh, Back to the Future is great.
Yeah.
It's about time travel.
It's about time travel, right? But when you just make it one of the character's superpowers, it's like, oh well, that guy who can bicep curl a lot is kind of worthless.
Yeah,
like he's not doing anything for us now.
A Stephen Hawking who can control time is more powerful than a billion Supermans. Like you just pause time and then wheel yourself over there.
Well, if we're doing by Superman the movie, then Superman can control time too. So by your calculations, nothing is more powerful than Superman, because
if he can control time too, he truly is the most boring character in all of canon.
Here's what he did. It's the worst. It's in I think Superman 2. There's the worst. So like he has to choose between saving Lois Lane and like saving the city, stopping a nuke, something big, right? And he has to make the choice, and he saves the world, the city, whatever the fuck. Lois dies. He's like, no! And the way he turns time back is by going backwards around and around the Earth super fast, and it turns the Earth backwards. Now, first of all, the Earth isn't like the Earth has nothing.
That would kill everybody. It would literally kill everybody.
Oh, the Earth is already moving 1,000 miles per hour, almost exactly. Weirdly enough. So slowing that down would take forever to do it and not kill everyone here because of the momentum involved. It doesn't even. There's no breaking it. You can't break it. We all jolt forward.
What did he do?
The air, the atmosphere is moving 1,000 miles.
He just like grabbed a mountain and pushed.
No, he just flies around the Earth.
Flew through the atmosphere.
It's really terrible. It's a terrible.
It's awful.
It's a horrible.
He goes back and like saves her, and it's like she's I'm not even that pretty. I can't believe you saved me. It's like, well, I'm not even that good looking. If you think
better
about
actor.
I don't know. I didn't like that.
Well, I won't watch
movies. No, we don't. Never watch the original Superman movies. Don't do that.
I was just reading about time travel because people are saying it's theoretically possible. However, time travel can only occur for when you finally have that, like when time travel exists. So what I mean is, let's say you invent a machine that travels through time. From that moment on, you can time travel, but you can't go before the machine. So let's say you created a machine in 2016.
Yeah,
you could only go back to 2016. You could never go any further back than when you.
That's an interesting. That's like what's that wonderful movie that we all like that we can never remember the plot of it. We have to watch a refresher video every time.
Primer?
They build a time machine. Primer. They build a time machine essentially in Primer that works, I believe, on that basis.
That's true.
But
it's
complicated, so I always forget exactly how it works.
Yeah, that's the theory, is that you can't ever go before that machine exists. I don't know if you've ever watched Dark. Dark on Netflix is, I think, the same general concept.
My favorite way to look at time travel, or not to look at it, but like form of theoretical time travel, I suppose, in sci-fi, but apparently it would just work, is time dilation caused by gravity or speed. So like the idea, like on Interstellar, when they go down to that planet and time is moving faster, that form of time dilation, not only it's not theoretical, it's proven. Like all of us, when all of us were born, if let me just say, from this moment right now, if all of us had a perfect stopwatch and we all hit go, 10 years from now, our stopwatches would all be out of whack slightly because we had all traveled at different speeds throughout the last 10 years. And thereby time is affecting us, or we're experiencing time at slightly slower or faster rates because of our speed. And Woody would probably be in the lead because he goes so fast so often. He's often flying.
Does that make a difference?
Yes, that's exactly
it really
what
does
makes the difference.
Yeah,
so
it really
it's
does.
why the satellites
really about what the Earth was doing.
No, the Earth is
And your
irrelevant and entirely irrelevant in this situation. It's about your speed. Well, the Earth's
Relative
rotation,
to
if
what?
that's affecting us, is a common thing, right? Because you're not going to be on like Saturn or something. Like
It's all pretty much the same.
We're
right?
all going to
Yeah.
be right here.
I kind of thought you were going to say whoever was closest to the equator was doing the most traveling, was spinning the fastest, and whatever I do on a motorcycle is irrelevant compared to what Earth is doing as it travels through space and time.
If you look at the with the satellites, I know because those go very fast, right? Around and around the Earth. Some of them do anyway. They're traveling at thousands of kilometers a second or something. I don't fucking know. It depends on the one. They're all moving at different speeds probably. Those have to be synchronized like pretty frequently because their time gets their clocks are moving at a different speed than your clock and your on your your wrist or wherever you're wearing it. But yeah,
how fast do you have to go to stop time?
So
you can't
stop. You can't stop time, but you can't slow it, like what Kyle's saying. And they've done studies where, let's say somebody flies in a jet all the time. They're like they commute 200 days of the year.
Yeah,
they actually are aging slower than we are. So by just like tenths of a second, or it's like nothing.
So here's what you could do, Taylor. This is how your time machine would work. You jump in your spaceship. That's I guess I don't know, between here and the moon, and you take off super fast toward Pluto, whatever. And you fly. You have an onboard clock, and you wait till that does 5 years. You turn around and head back for 5 more years. You've been flying for 10 years, but you've been flying so goddamn fast that 1,000 years could have passed back on Earth.
Right.
So you're 10 years older. That kind of sucks. But because you're going as fast as whatever your spaceship can do, which is presumably, I don't know, 7/10 the speed of light, something outrageous.
Yeah.
Back on Earth, and a huge amount of time could have passed. You can literally travel forward in time. You can experience fractions of the time that are passing on Earth yourself if you move fast enough, or if you create a singularity, an area of gravity powerful enough.
I would love to do that. That would be a wealth generation trick, right? Like it is easy to
Man
be a
loves his compound interest.
multi-millionaire. Oh yes, Kyle sees exactly where I'm going with that. Right? Getting rich is totally easy, super simple. You put like $1,000 in the S&P 500 and you wait 300 years. What else do you need to know? The hard part is getting wealthy when you're not dead. Right, that's the challenge. Or having any accumulated wealth while it's still fun to use.
Any poor vampire's a fucking loser and should be killed immediately on sight by fellow vampires.
Exactly.
You see a vampire that's not wearing a Rolly or better, he's done. That's
exactly.
Scumbag.
Kyle gets it. But if you were like, hey, what do you put the 4 of you in a little space vessel, come back in 1,000 years, you'll be a billionaire, and I'm like, yeah, sign me up. 1,000 seems risky. Let's do 600. Let's do like 75 years or something.
Cool.
Yeah, it's like you think the S&P 500 is going to give you your return in 1,000 years. Like you're going to show.
I'll do the math, Taylor.
Do 100.
You're going to see the Stone Age. Like
the S&P will probably be gone in 1,000 years, but it'll be around 100, right? It'll be gone. It'll be around 100.
Yeah,
It's hard to
enjoy
know.
immortality.
I really
can.
Well, hopefully not. Hopefully there won't be. Hopefully there won't be monetary. There won't be any form of monetary. There won't be any money at all. We'll be past
Star
that.
Trekky, yeah.
We'll be
Like Star Trek?
Trekky.
Oh,
yeah.
We'll be back to trading precious stones in a nuclear wasteland.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't realize it until I was a man grown that Star Trek is about space commies. And another thing I didn't know until like last year is that Dune is about space jihadis. It's I guess in the Dune universe, Islam took over, and it's the prevailing religion of mankind. So when they talk
Star
about
Wars about that,
no, Star Wars is in a different fucking.
Star Wars is fantasy, yeah.
It was like the terrorist thing. I've heard that comparison. Like,
No, I knew exactly where Taylor was going. A lot of the
yeah.
terrorists see themselves as the Rebel Alliance against the Empire, and when
Oh,
I look
sure,
at it
sure.
objectively, I'm like, I mean,
Totally.
You can't say really America's the Rebel Alliance.
Yeah. We're the Empire.
Yeah, we are not the Rebel Alliance.
And in real life, we would crush that Rebel Alliance because we wouldn't have with all our billions of dollars in space military budget, we wouldn't have had a hole.
It's an old call, but it checks out. Bullshit. Shoot it.
Yeah, bullshit, shoot it.
That's what an American would have done. An old code, you say? You know the rules. That would have been it.
We don't work at a, we hold your food till you pick it up place. So yeah, old code's not going to do it here. Just.
What are your thoughts on CGI versus practical?
I've said in a lot of videos before how much I hate CGI not because I hate it as a whole, but I think that originally when it blew up with like The Abyss and with Jurassic Park and all that, it was being used as another tool. Mm-hmm. And now it used to be just kind of the scalpel, and now it's the hatchet. It's it's everything. And it's frustrating because you have a studio that will come along and they'll be like, okay, this movie is going to be out on, and they announce the release date before they've even started filming. So they do the movie and then they hand it off to the CGI artists. And then they're like, okay, well, you've only got this much time to finish. And they're like, well, we can't finish this in this much time. And they're like, well, we don't care. And they rush it. And that's why so much of it looks like garbage, is because they'll rush it out the door. They won't get it finished. They'll send the footage to like 10 different studios. So that's why when you're watching a movie, some of the effects look really good and some of the other effects look really bad. It's because this studio had a year to work on it, and this other studio had like 3 months to work on this other scene. And it's
The Abyss is a good example of that scalpel.
Oh yeah.
I don't know, was that ILM or somebody? The sort of the creature comes in and it's water. It's not the actual creature. It's like their probe, but it's like water in the shape of like a tentacle at first, and then it forms the face of Mary Elizabeth. I can't pronounce her last name.
Master Antonio.
What an awful last name. They should change that for Hollywood. And then
she made it more complicated. She got married, and I believe it was Mary Elizabeth Master Antonio Foxtrot.
Jesus Christ. Yeah.
Like a military call out.
There's like a 90-minute documentary about that movie that I love, where they show the making of it and all the behind the scenes, and it's absurd. They did all of that in a giant water tank, and like when Ed Harris is you see like the liquid going in his helmet, I'm pretty sure they're just filling his helmet up with liquid. He almost drowned.
Could
like
they have
twice.
Put a little lens in front of it, like the sippy cups kids have with liquid.
They wanted the bubbles on his skin or something like that. And then there's the scene where Mary Elizabeth, can't pronounce her name, is like drowned, and she's lying topless on the ground, and Ed Harris is like performing CPR, and he's like, live, damn it, live, and he's slapping her in the face, like full on slapping her. And it's I remember like there's a part where it was like, she just couldn't handle it after a while, and she just got up and ran out of the room crying. And I'm like, yeah, you've got her naked on the side. Yeah, she's naked on the floor with Ed Harris slapping the piss out of her left and right. It looks great on camera, but still, it's like, God,
she didn't care for it.
We moved on.
I hope they paid her well
from CGI without a break, but no one talks about Wolf of Wall Street. Have you ever seen the before and after CGI on that movie?
That's one I don't think I have seen.
I think the whole thing with that, actually, I have a buddy of mine my buddy Yoshi, who he worked for ILM. He worked on the last Star Wars movie. He's worked on a ton of different movies, and we've got into many discussions about CG where he's like, you don't know. He's like, because the thing with CG is when it's good, you have no idea. And that's the problem, is that good CGI, you don't know. Bad CGI sticks out like a sore thumb.
Yeah.
So that's why so many people don't like it. So I'm actually doing a video with him that's going to be out sometime, hopefully over the summer, where I'm talking about we're taking some of the worst CGI in the past few years and dissecting them and pointing out, well, this is what they did wrong. This was what happened, and this is why it looks so bad.
Are you going to go all the way back to The Hobbit? to start that? Does that count as the last few years?
No, we're doing like the Renesmee baby from the Twilight movies. We're doing what else are we doing? We're doing the monkeys in Indiana Jones 4.
Oh, those are awful.
Oh, they're so bad. What else were we doing?
I would
We were
suggest
doing
the remake of The Thing. The remake of The Thing, because that's such a really good example, because what they did first was all practical, just like the original John Carpenter's version. And then the studio looks at it and goes, let's paint over all your hard work with CGI. That's the ticket. So that's what they did. So like, I would imagine that somewhere there's a version with quasi-finished practical effects, like the tentacles and the heads with like spider legs and shit, and all of that.
Effects are overrated as fuck.
No,
I'm
they're
so
not.
tired of people ripping on CGI. Practical effects are always this bullshit of like models and puppets and fucking cotton spider webs. Everyone's like, look how great this practical is. Dude, it looks like a fucking puppet. Yoda looks like bullshit. Baby Yoda is sucks. Baby Yoda should be CGI. He clearly looks like a children's toy. It's ridiculously bad. Wolf of Wall Street, on the other hand, you need to see the before and after pictures. Like that scene where they're playing tennis at the end of the federal prison looks nothing like that. Now, I'll grant you, it seems like unnecessary CGI. If you've watched it, like this is what the marina looked like before, and this is what the marina looked like in the movie. Nothing like each other.
You didn't like Gremlins either?
Different and about the same. But
I like Gremlins. Yeah.
You know, Gremlins is bullshit too. It's just a bunch of puppets bouncing around and microwaves, and like it's like a children like variety of making a movie, right? They just take shit from around their romper room and tear their little cotton guts out of it, and they're like, "Look at our fantastic practical effects." It's overrated. It's overrated. And they say, oh, look at Mad Max. See, practical effects done right. Dude, if you watch the pre-CGI version of Mad Max, it is underwhelming, boring bullshit. And then they CGI it into something wonderful. And guys say, look at this. Now this is what practical effects are. No, practical effects are like 10% of what you're liking there.
I disagree with the... Like, I feel like you're taking the absolute worst example, like Gremlins or Baby Yoda, when like the real example should be all of like the human-sized actors in every film, where like really Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit are two excellent examples of it, where The Hobbit, your uncanny valley alarm is going off the entire time because every single person on screen looks fake except for Gandalf. There's a breakdown of Sir Ian McKellen on the set of The Hobbit, where he's like, this isn't acting. He was like, this isn't acting. This isn't why I got into acting. And it like showed him on the set of The Hobbit, and he has to pretend everything. He's just one guy standing there. Every single dwarf, every character, even the ones that are portrayed by real actors, are added later. So he's not even near anyone. So like, it gets you worse performances out of really good actors like Sir Ian McKellen. And also like when you're comparing the practical effects of like Lord of the Rings, they're building the armor. Even Harry Potter, they're building the armor. The outfits look really good. You're not getting that tinge in your head of that's not real, that's distracting. Like, it's just better. When they do it right, it's just better. I see, like, you know, Gremlins, that was like supposed to be silly, right? It was supposed to be over the top and like these little kind of puppet looking things.
In Lord of the Rings, when there are the massive scenes, you know, 2 towers, I don't know, Battle of Helm's Deep, for example, is there not a bunch of CGI people rushing it? When you see that
only... Yeah, only top down. And see, I think that's a good use of it. And initially, Lord of the Rings was so early on that they had trouble with it because all the CGI people would run away. And so they only had like real people run for it. But they fixed that. So but it was like all top down. You just see hordes of, you know, the men and elves running at Sauron's forces in the very beginning of Fellowship of the Ring. That's a great use of CGI because you just can't equip that many guys. Yeah. Now, you want to see a great use of practical effects, watch the Battle of Pelennor Fields, where Theoden and his men all up on the hill there with the horses, hundreds of those guys are real. And so it like the thunder, like of the horses and everything, the intensity, it all.
Or Battle of the Bastards, right?
Where
so many of those horses were real.
Like you just, there's something that you can't see.
That's a terrible. You didn't like Battle of the Bastards?
Oh my God.
It was great.
It was just like the same thing for 20. It was.
How many Emmys did that win? Like,
it was drawn out. And it was confusing to follow, and the plot armor.
You're hard
Jon
to please,
Snow,
my friend.
No, I like lots of things. I just don't like that. Jon Snow narrowly escaped. What they shoot, like 5,000 arrows in his general direction, and they land all around him like he's that fucking dude on the spinning wheel with a circus that they throw knives at.
Not like Marvel movies.
Marvel movies are not. We grade them on a different scale.
I like Marvel movies. Iron Man deserved to live. Like I don't know. Like back to the practical effects thing. Like The Void. It's probably a movie you've never seen before.
I've seen.
I love The Void. I think it's
brilliant.
Sam Neill. It's not Sam Neill, is it? No.
Well, no. Sam Neill was Prince of Dark. Well, not. What do you call it? Mouth of Madness.
Mouth of Madness. Yeah, that's why I'm getting confused. It's the connection there.
The Void was the one that was more recent. It was a couple years ago.
Yes, with the triangles and all the guys outside wearing the hoods and everything, and a lot of practical effects, monsters, like tentacles and nasty body horror stuff. It looks excellent, and it's low budget. I love The Void for what it is. Like it's like every movie isn't like on the same level. When we recommend things, sometimes people are like, oh well, this wasn't quite as good as Avengers Endgame. It's like, well, this movie cost $12 million.
Yeah.
Avengers Endgame was $250 million, and it's the biggest movie ever made. Different
does
scales.
Mandalorian have the best budget of any TV show going on right now? I'm not sure, but it seems like it's going to be super high. It's Disney, it's Star Wars, it's
pretty high.
Probably.
It's pretty high. I think it's maybe 10 or 15 an episode.
And Baby Yoda looks ridiculous.
I find Baby Yoda to be very cute, endearing, and I don't ever have an issue with the way he looks. Now, I'll admit, I don't think he looks like if you were to like put him on like a nature documentary, he wouldn't fit in with the penguins. I'd be like, hey, wait a minute, that little green fucker doesn't look real. I admit that fully, but I think he looks fine for like a Star Wars universe creature. Like I think he looks just as real as that frog woman who was carrying her eggs, in that one episode, or the Devil Man, with the horns that was hanging out with Bill Burr. I don't look at the Devil Man and go, his horns aren't real.
I did have a problem with who was the Jedi that had that? They're not horns.
Ahsoka?
Yeah,
it's like we had that discussion
Is
whether
that
it's
a hat?
hair
Is
or
that her hair?
tentacles.
Yeah,
it's either hair or tentacles. I'm not exactly sure
what
going
it
on
is about 99 cents worth of foam, and I can't tell what they're even going for. CGI it, make it suck.
You saw
less.
Clone Wars.
I did, but it's been a while.
Oh, okay. Well, that she looks perfect. As far as like if you're trying to draw from Clone Wars,
in the foam, like it is clearly made of 99 cents worth. It looks terrible. They should CGI it. Spider-Man's costume looks amazing. You don't even know it's not real. It's incredible, and it's more than you can even do in real life. You can't get Spider-Man to blink and use eye-based facial expressions via costume. That has to be CGI. And then we've got this woman, and I'm like, what is this hat? It was an arts and crafts day at school, and they just fucking stuck it in The Mandalorian. It's awful.
All right, we spent $14,999,996, and we forgot about the lady with the hair.
I thought it looked okay. I saw the crease you're talking about, and I was like, come on, why is there a crease in her hair tentacle thing? I'll admit that.
I'm sorry, that. Here, no, you got to
get a little one over there.
My son dropped in. Yeah, here, say hi.
But look, okay there, little buddy.
Go to bed, bud. I love you.
Go to
so
bed.
Yeah, look, when practical effects are done poorly, though, it's not as bad as when CGI is done poorly. Like when CGI is bad, and you're watching like it looks like the cut scene from an Xbox OG game, when you're just like, when is this going to be over? Like in that movie Species that we were talking about to begin with, everything looks pretty good. There's a lot of practical effects where like, there's like spikes bursting out of her back, and she comes out of a cocoon at one point, and they do it all for real in camera with, lots of sex lube and trash bags and stuff. And like, it looks like a person coming out of a fucking cocoon. You're not, there's not a real person coming out of a cocoon, but it looks like it.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's a part where like the full CGI alien is now like widescreen, flat, right there she is, and she's jumping around like Spider-Man or something in a cave, and it's like, this looks like shit.
Is this the movie Cocoon we're talking about?
This is Species.
Oh, Species.
This is Species. The alien movie. Aliens. Oh,
95.
I was gonna say 96. Okay.
I was gonna say I suspected that. I will say that practical effects that are underwhelming don't tend to look super bad 15 years later. CGI stuff that I thought was good, 15 years later, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is terrible. It looked better to me upon first viewing.
Yeah, that's a good point, because like I think the best CGI we have an example of right now, as far as like full blown everything CGI is Endgame, right? From Marvel. It looks like, they spent like $300 million or something. They made that shit look as good as it can look, especially Thanos and the Hulk. The way they meld the Hulk with Mark Ruffalo's face, and they've got Hulk. It's good stuff. 25 years from now, we might look at that and we might feel the same way we feel now when we watch Lord of the Rings, and like the Green Ghost Army is running up, and or that scene where, and this is actually practical, where the Ents break the dam, free the river, and it's a miniature with water flowing, and that is something that you cannot do well with practical. CGI water is the best water. They mastered that with The Perfect Storm 2 decades ago.
Titanic.
The Perfect Storm is even better than Titanic. The Perfect Storm is outrageous. Those big waves in the darkness with the lightning flashing, and you're like, all right, that looks real. That looks 100% real. That will always look 100% real. They've just nailed it. But then when you watch them break the dam and the water rushes over Isengard and down into the cracks where the Uruk-hai are like doing their evil underground, it's like, oh.
Upon first viewing, I hated that scene. I was like, this is the worst. This looks terrible. It's clearly a model. It's arts and crafts day at middle school.
Luckily,
I liked it because I thought Treebeard was cool.
Treebeard is cool.
And I was 11. So.
And look, if they ever decide to remaster that thing for, let's say, 8K, when 8K becomes the standard, I'd be okay if Peter Jackson was like, look, we didn't have the technology back then, but let's go ahead and slip a $50 million. It wouldn't cost that much. So $10 million, whatever it costs to like
make it 50, and then add the Scourge of the Shire at the end, a little bonus content.
Oh, come on. That doesn't work as far as storytelling. The Scourge of the Shire can't fit in.
No, it wouldn't have made sense any other time, but just add it in now.
Do you guys see Sinners?
In the mirror. No, I don't know what that is.
So none of you guys.
Oh wait, no,
that's businesses. No, but none of you support black-owned businesses.
Is that like the Wild West?
An effort.
Is it the Wild West movie?
I've never heard of Sinners. Is this a thing
How do y'all not
outside?
Y'all are literally disconnected from like the world. I feel like.
I love it that way.
You don't have a fucking clue, do you, Woody? You don't have a fucking clue. Outside of aquariums, you don't have a fucking. No, Taylor, you're fine.
Let me ask you this: do you have any aquarium-related questions, though?
Dude, NHL playoffs are on. I'm not watching fucking.
No, dude. So Sinners is the Michael B. Jordan movie that was supposedly supposed to be the OG Blade script for the remake of Blade, but they took so long to make it that Michael B. Jordan just made it himself. And it's a old-timey vampire movie with all black cast, more or less, and it's doing gangbusters. It's the #1 movie, like $150 million on maybe a $60 million budget, something like that. And of course, the black community is super supportive of it. The Rotten Tomatoes are bonkers, like one of the best reviewed movies of all time. I haven't seen it yet, though, because I don't go to the theaters.
I don't know about a vampire movie.
Really?
I'm not in the right spirit for a vampire movie right now.
You like horror movies.
I do, but vampire movies are never that scary. Like, it's usually more...
You get a lot of... no, that's true. Vampires you got a lot of like sexy and like, like with vampires, they try and do a whole thing.
They are the sluttiest of the demons.
It's true. I like monsters.
If you live for 1,000 years, you'd be like, you know what? If you live for 1,000 years, you'd be like, you know what? I'm just like a dick. It's been 1,000 years. I'm gonna suck a dick.
I would be preaching to the church of dollar cost averaging to anyone who listened.
That'd be so funny.
Like, getting wealthy is actually quite easy. Just keep investing for your first 250 years. And then after that, you can basically live on interest and dividends.
When you are as mortal as I am, you tend to experiment with all things. And they're like, Taylor, you've been a vampire for 6 days.
The movie that's there's a lot of blues music in it.
I can't get AIDS now. So it's kind of whatever I want.
Good movie?
What?
So Harley, is it a good movie?
It's okay. And you know what?
Are you afraid to go against the black
watching an okay?
I actually I feel comfortable maybe in only this space with you, fucking you guys. Where I'm like you guys can't say shit. But yeah, I thought it was okay, and I don't know if I would feel safe sharing that anywhere.
Was it Black Panther okay? Because Black Panther is like just an okay movie that became a sensation because.
Well, I know I love Marvel shit. I eat that up. I'm such a fucking loser consumer. So I like Black Panther, and I'm like, that's like a 3 out of 5 stars because it's a Marvel.
Okay,
movie.
yeah, 3 out of 5 stars is fine. But they made
I give Sinners a 3 out of 5 stars.
That's what
and I know some people were crazy because people cried in that movie. And the part that I heard that people cried at, I was like, first of all, full disclosure, I had an edible, and it was like scary time because my tolerance was at 0.
Hell yeah.
And you guys know I love to eat at scared shitless stoned. And I had no idea what the movie was about. And I went in, and Michael B. Jordan is 2 people in the movie. He's twins. He's Smoke and Stack. That's their names. And I was very high watching this movie, and I didn't know what it was about. And it's about blues for a long time.
Black guy named
for a
Smoke.
long, yeah, and Stack.
Well, Smoke is
I missed your words.
insult.
It was about blues a long time. What'd you
Yeah,
say?
it says a long part of the movie is blues music.
Oh,
like that, like we see him here. He's the best blues singer you're gonna see. Do that song, and then like they break into like a 3.5 minute music sequence. That's actually sick. A lot of the music was sick, but I don't like blues. But it was good. It was like good blues for a guy that doesn't like blues. I was like, that sounds really good. And there was musical segments that were good. But it felt like they had such good stuff, and they did, and it was filmed really well, but they didn't want to cut anything because they were like, it would be a shame to cut this.
Was there
so there's a lot for a long time, and I didn't know, and then it's vampires for a second, kind of. What just happened? And then it goes back to like blues, and it takes itself really seriously with blues for, and I was like really high. I was like, was that guy a vampire? Because nothing is like that the whole time. And then I was like, was that guy a vampire? And then the movie's vampires, and then it's vampires, and I didn't know, and so I feel like you can't get better than me being so susceptible and immersed to whatever happened. But then my issues were like the pacing and the choreography was really goofy sometimes. Like I hate when like 5 people are behind cars shooting, and a guy is like shooting an automatic weapon while walking at them with no cover, and it goes on for like 15 seconds, and they all die, and you're like, how did this even make any sense at all? And that just bothers me, but that's nitpicking, but it still bothers me. And there was a lot
takes you
more
out of the moment. Like you're already doing a lot to believe that there are vampires and that they're this group of black people who are so well dressed. And now I'm supposed to believe that the gunfire doesn't exist anymore. Come on.
Yeah, and then they're like there's like a scene where a guy's like he's a vampire, but they want him to come in, and he comes up and he's like, hey, well, ain't you gonna let me in? And then he's like, no, wait a damn sec. You've been walking in and out of this place all day, and now you can't walk in here now? What's up with that? And then someone comes up, she's like, no, what's up? And he's like, well, I'm just saying to be polite if you told me to come in. And they're like, nah, look at this. What's up? Someone's up. You've been walking in inside and outside. Maybe I'm thinking maybe some you tap like we ain't supposed to. And he's like, no, come on. And then they're like, no, and it goes on, and I feel like I'm like, okay, you know what's going on. And there's even like a voodoo person in there, and she knows. She's like, that right there is a hate. That's what they call. And then later she's like, no, that's vampires. Which is funny. Wrong. Yeah, which is funny because it's like, why did you default to a hate? I would rather than explain it to normies. I
don't know what a hate is.
Yeah, but she was they were like, no, we can't let him in. So then they don't let him. He's all like, I'm a fucking vampire. I would have killed you all. And they're like, oh, good idea. Then they 180 and walk to another door. And there's a dead person in there that they care about. And he's all like, hey, you guys are going to open up the door and let me in. And they're like, now, wait a second. You've been walking inside and out all day. Now you can't walk in. Oh, what's up with that? And the guy's like, no, see, I'm thinking. And then they do the whole scene again. And I know I'm high. I'm on an edible. But I'm like looking and I'm like, did we just not do this? And I already thought it took so long for them to be like, I think he's a vampire. Don't invite him in. After like 4 minute scene, it felt like. And then
hello, fellow black people.
Then they did it.
Afro-Americans.
Yeah, but there was, and then there's like the bad guy was an Irish dude. Sorry, but the bad guy was an Irish dude, and he was really good in the movie.
The white guy was the bad guy.
Well, no, but it wasn't. They didn't do that. They didn't listen. I'm not quick to call that type of stuff, anyways. I actually like resist calling.
I mean,
things on that.
Forever.
I don't, and I kind of was like, it's going to be hard for me to not watch this now that I see what's going on. Because remember, for me, I didn't know it was vampires, and then now I get white people, and they're the vampires, and I'm like, oh, okay. So now I'm like, how am I going to not? My stupid stone brain, how am I not going to be able to watch these scenes without really over analyzing everything on some sort of modern day race issue stuff? Yeah. And then they came in and the white people were like, we like the music you're doing in there, we want to come do it. And they're like, we don't want your kind in here. And they were trying to get invited in, but they didn't get invited in basically because the black people weren't vibing them in there. Mm-hmm. And then I was like, and they did like a really weird song, like they did like an Irish like song that's kind of cool, but they just did it there, and compared to all the sick bassy blues music and stuff and slow-mo shots they were doing before, it looked really bad. And I was like, I can't help it. I'm like, and I'm wrong about this, I was wrong, but I was like, oh, it feels like all these black people were having a really good time making fucking awesome music. Now the fucking white-skinned bloodsuckers are here to kill the vibe. And that's like, that's, but no, because then they had a moment outside where they really got into their music, and then there was vampires that they made some black vampires, and they were there, and it's really like the movie was just, it was vampires and not vampires. But you couldn't help, or at least I couldn't help but be like, oh, this is going to be some skin color shit, I bet.
See, I would have wrote it that way. I'd have had the white guy bite like a pretty white black girl and just and then he looks up at all the like terrified people. He's like, the blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. I need that line in there. Like that was the thing, that these Nordic vampires have come to America and they found this delicious black blood, and it's a delicacy to them. That's the movie I'd make.
I like it. I hate to say it. I
would be once I figured out that it was like the white people who were the vampires, you kind of can't really get surprised by a twist anymore. It's like you kind of know.
I can tell right away if someone's white or not.
I can tell. Just boom, 1 second. I know.
Just their voice.
You guys, speaking of
all the Google assistants are black on my phone. I swear to God, I ask it a question and it's like, for sure, sugar. Like,
I bet you that's geolocated to where you are. Like that's what they're deciding.
I went through all the options. There's like four, maybe 6 different voices, and every one of them was like, it's a code switching black person, but it is a black person. I promise.
But the people that like live within 30 minutes of you sound like that though. So.
Oh. Yes.
So it's doing it. It's trying. It's doing a good job.
The people that live 30 seconds.
Like, I see one out the window now. You don't understand where I live.
Careful. It could be a vampire. It could be reverse. Where you're going to be trying to listen to, I don't know, what the fuck, Pearl Jam. And she's going to come in and want to do fucking jazz. And you're going to have to be like, no, you're not invited in. You're going to suck my blood. Kill me.
Is jazz people music?
I just didn't want to repeat blues. Because he'd been saying blues, so I went with jazz.
I knew a black guy who was super into jazz, and every time I was in his car, he'd play it. He'd say, "Are you a jazz man, Kyle?" And I'm like, "No." And it was that terrible jazz that's just like discordant and like.
I hate that.
It sounds like people who don't know how to play. It sounds like a bunch of people who know how to play who are all playing different songs. Is what it sounds. What jazz sounds like to me. It's upsetting.
Harley, were there vampires in this universe already when they predicted that someone was a vampire? Or was that the first vampire they had ever heard about? And they said, you seem kind of vampire.
Someone was like, they were already on some like they were at church. So they go to church, and there was someone who was so good at music, and they spoke about it really serious a couple times. They got all serious and like, yo, your music is going to bring the devil now. Because you want the devil. I can't. Is it racist that I'm doing an impression of the movie?
Not at all. You're doing.
I'm not asking you. I was just thinking it out loud. I wasn't asking you. Trust me, I wasn't asking you guys. It's something racist. I've heard your Chinese accent.
I don't know the answer. Were there vampires all over this world? That was like a well-known fact, or did they?
They were like, because they're like I'm pretty sure it was New Orleans. The occult aspect was something that someone was already established as a character being weary of that type of thing.
Okay, so there were no vampires. This is the first vampire sighting.
The vampire. Oh yeah, people. No one was like, but they were all like, I heard of this. Like everyone was like, no one was like, what's a vampire? Everyone was like, oh shit, vampires.
Because I swear, I would never identify somebody as a vampire. Would never suggest that in real life. The guy could be like, "Hey, can I come in?" And I'd be like, "You've been coming in all day."
But someone
I've been
had
coming
already
in 1, 2, 3.
No, something was outside,
and I still wouldn't see him as a vampire.
No, but something had happened outside. It was at nighttime, and they were inside, and something had happened that they're like, someone was killed. It's shit just got serious. Hold on, something's weird, and someone practices voodoo was there and was like. Oh, I think I know what's going on here.
Well, anyway, it's a 3 out of 5 movie. I don't think I'll be watching it.
No. Listen, that's it. Listen, you might enjoy it. Some people loved it.
Yeah.
I think don't take my. I say it's 3 on 5, but I have friends that I would definitely recommend it to that I know would love it.
I use
you guys
exclusively for movie reviews and listen.
Well, you guys, I don't think you said that you don't go out and see movies.
I'm not a big movie guy.
Yeah, so neither of you guys take me as the type of guys that would go see a movie that's all black people.
I saw Get Out.
I can't remember the last movie I've seen in theaters.
And I saw Black Panther.
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't go see Black Panther, but I also haven't seen any of the other Marvel, the MCU. So it wasn't.
You can't just jump in at Black Panther like that. What is that virtue signaling bullshit?
Yeah, that'd be like, and also
I
like
was
my
accused
understanding
of not watching black movies that I named 2 that I watched.
You're good. You're good.
That's Jeremy, not true. Please help me out here.
Oh God, we have.
How do I help you?
Is Sling Blade a great movie or just a normal average movie? I didn't say not any good. I said not that good.
Yeah, I'm sort of on your side there, Woody. I mean, I think it was great, but overly praised. It's
well, hang on, rewind.
Overrated.
Was it great or was it overly praised?
I'm widely regarded for my movie critiques and TV show critiques around here. I'm top dog.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm willing to believe that, and especially because I agree with you in this point, and consider myself a top dog movie TV reviewer. It's fantastic. It's a vehicle for Billy Bob Thornton, and that's really all it is. I don't think it's
John
memorable.
Ritter's performance was very strong?
No, in fact, I almost named John Ritter as well. I thought he was fantastic. But it's an acting piece. The performances hold up better than the overall film does.
I think that's because you're not from the South. There's so many. So they really hit the nail on the head with a lot of the
for like 20 years.
What does it mean when the guy types "bump" 100 times over here in the chat? What the fuck is going on with that?
That's so that if we accidentally share this screen with our viewers at any point, that anything that's written in that chat won't be shared with them.
It becomes private.
Sometimes we put personal information there, credit card information, addresses, etc.
He's just trying to move the chat up further.
Well, I'm a real big fan of.
There was nothing even particularly private. I'm sorry to cut you off, Kyle. I just do it a lot.
I think that Billy Bob Thornton did a better job than Tom Hanks did at playing a mentally handicapped man. I love Forrest Gump. I think it's one of the best movies ever. But it's well, I don't know if it's one of the best.
I love Forrest Gump, and I don't think it's one of the best movies ever.
I immediately took that back. Yeah,
Forrest Gump is overrated. Absolutely.
I really enjoy that movie, and sometimes over time I forget how much I liked it, and I'll catch it again and be like, you know what? It's got a vibe to it, a hope of.
I think you can enjoy the hell out of that movie without giving it more credence than it deserves. I mean, Jesus, it's a good movie. It's not like The Godfather.
No, it's not like The Godfather, but it's very. Hey, that's a good question. Did you see the thing HBO made? I think HBO did, where they combined The Godfather into one. Like
I was watching that today.
That's really good. Or at least I thought it was.
I mean, I'd rather watch it chronologically. And I'm not always that way. For instance, with Deadpool, I've really appreciated the way they shot and showed you the flashbacks out of order. I thought that really supported the current story they were trying to tell. I think flashbacks can be crucial. But man, I got such a kick out of The Godfather in chronological edit. I don't know if I can ever watch it any other way.
I keep reading people have said, "Oh, but it ruins it ruins this about the film. It ruins that about the film." And I'm like, no. It makes this film very easy to get your head wrapped around what's going and where the story's going. And then now that you're not thinking all the time and trying to do math equations to figure out who's who
and why people are doing what they're doing, you're like, you can appreciate the performances. You can appreciate the way those scenes are set up, the camera work. There's so many cool. I've watched a documentary, I think, or at least some YouTube videos about The Godfather. I'm a big fan. I like it a lot.
Well, I mean, I think the first two movies are great, but I would rather watch them chronologically than the way they were originally released.
Agreed.
Because I feel like it gives me better understanding of what's going on, better character understanding of why they're doing what they're doing. Like all the De Niro shit, I think plays way better chronologically than it does in flashbacks. So I think it's genius. I love it.
So is this like one long, like 10-hour movie or something with all three movies in there?
8 hours long.
Oh, is it 8?
So are they editing stuff out of the movie too to make it?
No, they just.
Is it just reorganizing it?
Yeah, it's reorganizing the three movies into chronological flow. That's literally all it is.
I'll have to check that out because that is annoying with The Godfather. Because you spend so much time trying to figure out what the fuck each mumbling Italian is saying that you don't actually follow it. You know?
Like, I care so much more about the old Godfather in the first movie now that I have the understanding of the young Godfather from the second movie. The first time I saw the Godfather, I was like, okay, he's the boss, whatever. But after having seen the second movie, the first movie makes much more sense. And so chronologically, I think it's a total no-brainer. Makes perfect sense.
I definitely agree. Yeah, I really like that. I saw that come on HBO, and I think I heard Howard Stern talking about it, and I went home and watched it immediately. Well, you don't watch that immediately. I started watching that. I
How long is
spread it out
Is
over
it like 4 hours?
About
like
half a Civ game.
Half a Civ game?
It's literally
it's a full Civ game long. It's a full Civ game long. You need to break it up into like 4 viewings unless you've got tons of free time. But I thought it was very good, and it's an improvement over what was there before, I thought. Or at least a really good thing to what, like if you've already seen the films in the way Coppola intended, then this is nice to see it this way now. Because I know the story, I know the characters, but now to see it this way, it just felt new and fresh and nice. I liked it.
Yeah, agreed.
Two AMA questions. If you guys don't know, there's a Patreon level that lets you ask us questions, and we try to answer them on the show. We pick off the best of them. Let's do this one. Which movie has had the biggest impact in your life, and what movie has had the biggest impact of all time?
That's...
I'll go first because I read it 10 minutes ago, and I have a head start on you guys. There's no adultery in my relationship. I just want to preface that. But what was that Robert Redford movie with Demi Moore?
Indecent Proposal?
Indecent Proposal. God damn. So if you guys don't know the movie, it's old. It's like from the 90s or something. Woody Harrelson and Demi Moore's character have this perfect relationship. They love each other. Everything is great. They share common dreams of building a house on this wonderful lot, etc. And they go out gambling. Robert Redford's character, who plays a very, very wealthy guy, offers $1 million if he can sleep with Demi Moore. They say yes. And then the bulk of the movie is about that scar that it left, about how Woody Harrelson couldn't quite deal with it, about how she kind of wanted to be forgiven because it was a joint decision, but he held her responsible. I remember at one point he asked her if she liked it, and she didn't want to answer, and eventually she's like, yeah, it was great sex. And that crushed him even further. And at the very end, I'll ruin it, the characters get back together and you see them holding hands, but you know that there's still that scar in that relationship. And for me, I think it molded one of the fidelity aspects of me, like like that. I don't want that. I don't want that damaged relationship that they have.
Never seen that movie. Sounds depressing.
A little bit. Wow, that's really hard. The movie that's shaped.
That is hard because I don't feel like there are that many movies
that shape
that have shaped my life. Like as far as getting me into something, like it'd be Lord of the Rings because I got super into Lord of the Rings from that. I still love Lord of the Rings, but if it's like the most emotional I've ever felt over a movie, it's probably The Green Mile. But that doesn't make me think like, man, that'll teach me to go to prison as a minority in the 30s. Like that doesn't make sense. Like I don't know what movie it would be.
Was he's an angel, right? Like my thought process was always that John was an angel in that film.
John? In The Green Mile?
Wasn't the black guy's name?
No,
John
it was
Coffey.
Yeah, John Coffey. Yeah. I didn't ever think he was an angel.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Oh, well, maybe I'm wrong.
Just something about him like healing the people and then like vomiting some sort of demonic evil out of his mouth every time. Like
I always thought he was some kind of like almost like a prophet-ish guy, where it's like God gave him some special powers or whatever the power is in that movie, imbued him with this, and by virtue of him being who he was in the time period he was, all the good potential that he could have offered people squandered because, you know, people didn't trust him and they thought he was evil. So.
Yeah, I thought he was an angel just because of he was a little off, right?
Yeah.
I think people took it as him being slow-witted when in reality it was just extreme innocence. That's what it felt like to me. It was like
it was
a being not of this. Yeah, it was like a being not. It was like exactly what I would expect an angel to be like. You know, not like in the Bible. They wouldn't like have any children eaten or strike anyone dead. Hey, maybe that would
if he were a Bible angel, he would have. As soon as Percy stepped on that rat, Percy would have turned to salt or something like that.
I didn't like that at all. That moment right there is real big.
That upset me.
So look, I'm having a hard time with this. Well, movies that shaped my life, was that it?
Yeah, the most. I guess I'd go for Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. Man, I really like The Matrix because I like The Matrix so much. Like I didn't. It wasn't like something from that subreddit, the Blunder years. Like I didn't get a trench coat and like pose for any photos or anything lame like that. But it did get me into that genre of movies more. I don't know. I'm really struggling with this. There's lots of movies that I love, but I don't know that any of them have ever shaped my life. I guess maybe Schwarzenegger. Let's just call Schwarzenegger's career as something that shaped my life a little bit like that, because, you know, the whole idea, the way that he does his thing, there's a little bit of that in what I do, because like, what he's doing is he's going out there, and when he's shooting a machine gun, like in Commando, when he's mowing down an entire drug kingpin's army, right? Like that's what everybody loves looking at him shoot that machine gun, because it looks cool. He's shooting with one hand. It's like Rambo did the same thing, you know, back in the day. It looks easy.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. I remember as a Boy Scout sitting there with all my other like 11-year-old Boy Scout friends, and this is the conversation we all agreed. You know, war is really easy. I don't see the big deal. You just you kill like 30, 40, 50 people at one time, you know? Like what's even hard about war?
Let go of the trigger.
Yeah,
it's the mentality that you have when you first go into a paintball match. If you remember,
why don't you just shoot them all?
I don't know how young you guys were when you first played paintball, but I was probably 9 when I first played. And when you go in at that age, you are picturing yourself as like the grand poobah of all warfare. Just like, you know, a quick lean out, 2 shots, 2 kills. Everyone on the other team is, oh my God, who is this phantom, this demon's whisper behind me? You know, they're turning around quickly, scared at your presence. But then you get out there and you pop out and like that, you're like, oh shit, those are other people just like me. Oh, okay. This is different than what I anticipated. Like
there are no men like me.
It's interesting how it takes to put into that to realize it, because you have such a big thought of yourself as like just intrinsically being able to do it better.
By the way, that's the best Jamie Lannister quote ever, right? Like I can't remember what they said to him. They were just like, you know, I've known men like you, and he's like, there are no men like me. It's like, fuck yeah, that's the best line ever. Like, and she's just like, fair enough, all right, you know.
I want to. I'm taking this off topic, but Jamie Lannister is this great swordsman back when he had his hand. I wonder how he ranks against the other great swordsmen. Could he beat the sellsword? How about that guy with the 2 swords from last episode? You know, Brienne, the Hound. You know, how would he do these things? Even Ned. Like, I
have a pretty good ranking in my head, but
so
I guess we're done with the movie thing. I guess so, because I'm just saying Schwarzenegger. I don't know. I
liked it. It was a good answer though.
I took something from just watching the way that he operates a gun in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's fun to watch him do it. And so I tried to emulate that in some ways. The same reasons that I want to watch Schwarzenegger shoot a gun, I try to do those things when I'm shooting a gun, because you want to see the guy shooting a gun having fun. I hate when and I'm not shitting on anybody, but sometimes a guy's gun video will be nothing but him being super focused and intense and just fucking, it's all about hitting the bullseye. And it's like, look, we can all hit the bullseye. Like the kid at home watching, he sat in his backyard with a 22 and hit the bullseye before. Let's have some fun. Let's loosen up a little bit. Like, it's a machine gun. Yeah, I know. It's not a toy per se, but we're going to play with it just the same in a safe way. So let's enjoy it while we do.
I agree completely. There
they're educational gun videos, and I like those. But it's really the fun ones that I enjoy the most. The ones where they get all tactical and just.
We were talking about this the other day. I don't even want to.
I don't want to give details because then
I don't
want to
give the details.
Specific
this
people.
One guy did. I was talking to another gun channel the other day. I'll just leave it at that. I was talking to Chad the other day, and he was talking about somebody who had made a video, and it was just so embarrassing. It was this guy.
Okay.
And he had just done something real silly in his video. This is bad show topic because I can't talk about what I'm talking about. So like maybe later.
Honestly, all that you would be doing is like what M. Night Shyamalan did, where he came out with a couple things, everybody loved him, and then he just drilled it into the ground.
His new movie has good reviews.
Does it?
Well, my whole point's fucking ruined.
Not good reviews. It has okay reviews, and they're better than they've been in a long time. It's called The Visit, I think.
Oh my god!
Does it have a twist by chance?
The Visit, I think. Thank you, Chiz. I was right. But yeah, Shyamalan really. So they were, he was on the cover of Time, I think. Next Spielberg ?
I remember that. Yeah.
Time magazine should just they forever lost credibility after some shit like that, right? That was embarrassing. So Sixth Sense is excellent. Unbreakable is very good. After that, I have a hard time getting on board with anything.
I liked.
Oh yeah, thank you. Signs. I feel like Signs is good. I don't know what doesn't make it very good. I guess maybe the plot holes.
Your opinion
is the plot holes are bad, but it's also the fact that I feel like you have a distorted perception of Signs because it's like Sixth Sense. It's objectively a good movie. I think is not a stretch to say. Most people like that movie. It's good. Like that twist at the end, you're like, you can see it coming, but it's still there.
Yeah.
Signs only looks good when you compare it against like Lady in the Water and all that nonsense he made in later years. And you can look back and be like, he was good in the Sixth Sense Signs days. But if you go back and watch Signs again, you will be very disappointed. It's not a good movie.
I have to do that because I remember Signs highly. And as I watched everything come together, like the glasses, the baseball, the failed baseball, everything comes together. And I'm like, this guy has been laying out clues for me for the last hour and a half. And now the notion is everything happens for a reason. And everything seemed to suck until that day in which all these things came together to be very important.
Yeah. It's the water thing though. That's all that it takes to make the movie stupid. And you're right, he does lay out clues, but when it gets to the end and the crux of the matter is, spoiler alert, the aliens, they never foresaw that the most abundant, compound on our planet is actually death to them. It makes so little sense that it doesn't make sense why they couldn't just manufacture some other reason.
Or wear some clothes when they came. How about a rain jacket before you invade Earth? That would have solved the whole problem. You put a rain slicker on that alien and give him a stick, and he is infinitely more lethal. The aliens were bad. Shyamalan was great with everything he did. I love the religious stuff. I love that, this never lose your faith kind of thing with Gibson. Joaquin Phoenix was amazing. Both of those child actors. One of them is Macaulay Culkin's brother, by the way. Excellent. Lots of great acting in that movie. But man, there's something about just do the aliens different, or make them. They just needed to be better and different. And I think that he just wasn't good at that. They seemed almost like an afterthought.
Yeah, I still haven't watched Tenet yet. I think I'm gonna. What? There's like all the cool movies that came out in the last 3 years. I haven't watched the ones that I think are the ones that I think are visually cool. Because I want to be high when I watch them.
No, but yeah, Tenet is so confusing. I don't want to be high when you watch it.
Yeah, I've heard that.
It's a mind fuck. It's.
I've heard that.
If you thought, what was the other one he did with Leonardo?
Oh yeah, the one where you go into the dreams. Inception.
Yeah, Inception. Yeah, it's even more complicated than that.
Inception is more complicated than most people know.
It's ridiculously complicated.
Google used to do this thing where they would have people come in and talk to their staff. And sometimes they were tech topics, sometimes they were life topics. Well, they had an expert on Inception come in and explain all the shit you missed in Inception. It's 45 minutes long. It's online. It's amazing. And I didn't I thought I knew it
Inception. I got it. I caught it. Like whatever. I'm not smart enough to watch Inception. No one listening is smart enough to watch Inception. If you watch this Google talk, it's like 47 minutes long. You'll be like, Woody was right. I missed half this shit.
I totally believe that.
I feel that way about that movie. Have you seen Primer?
Oh yeah.
Is that the one with the time travel?
It's the time travel loop one. And I remember as I was watching it, because the reason I watched it is many years ago, it was because someone was like, this is the most topsy-turvy, difficult to follow, but in a cool way. And it's like a low budget thing. You can tell from the cameras and the setup. And like, I was like, oh, I bet it's, just like Inception. And I watched it, and like, there were so many times I had to just be like, no, I don't get it. I don't understand what's happening right. Oh, I get it. He's like coming back into. He's like 10 minutes, but no, he's not. Okay, I don't get it again.
I watch Primer, and then I read the Wikipedia to explain Primer to me, and then I watch it again. This time, understanding it.
Yeah,
and then we'll repeat that process. And I don't get it. I need to do the whole thing.
Yeah, you can read it, and then if someone's like, "Can you explain this?" You'd be like, "No."
Dude, Primer's so tricky. If you watch it, you got to have 4 hours because you need to watch it twice.
Yeah, there's a YouTube video like the one for Inception, and it breaks Primer down. And I'll usually watch Primer. I'll watch the YouTube video. I'll finally grasp every bit of it, and then a year will transpire, and we'll bring up Primer again on the show. And I'm like, what the fuck was that about again? Because there's like one part where like he's showing the guy how the time travel works, and they're like sitting in his car, and he's like, what are we doing here? Why are we sitting here? He says, just wait. And you look, and it's them. It's a duplicate of them, like walking into where the time machine is. And like, that's us earlier today. They're going to hop in the time machine. And he's like, well, what if we go in there right now? Are they still in there? I will be for like 15 more minutes. But then and it's just like, I'm probably wrong about that part. Like, I don't even know if they were still going to be in there when they got in there. Like it's so fucking mind breaking the way it's not like Back to the Future where it's like when this shit hits 88 miles an hour, you're gonna see some serious shit. Like no, we don't just go back in time with a DeLorean. Yeah. It's like this weird complex version of time travel.
That's how Tenet screws your head up too, bro.
When a time travel movie lays out the rules of time travel for us, right?
Yeah.
They were different in Endgame than they were in Back to the Future, and they're different in Primer, and there's another one I can't recall, but they'll lay it out like this is how time travel works in this movie, and then they stick to it. I love it. They do it really well. It's cool.
It's funny that they even discussed that in Endgame.
So Back to the Future was full of shit, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. That was funny. And but yeah, Tenet will screw up your head too, trust me, because they're going backward and forward at the same time. And you have to
Does it screw up your head in a good way or in the way like Witcher does, where it's just shitty storytelling?
I don't know. I like the storytelling in Tenet. I don't know about you. Didn't wait. Witcher is the one with the
Henry Cavill.
Henry Cavill. You didn't like Witcher?
I did like it, but I felt like I needed a little hand holding. It jumps into the future and the past without telling you. And it takes a little while to even figure out that these are the same characters. They're just future and past versions of those characters, if I recall.
Yeah, the problem was that as a Witcher, Henry Cavill doesn't age. And then and also they don't do a good job of like aging the Queen at all either. So like if they had aged people appropriately, like in modern movies, when they do something like that, you're like, oh, I see. That guy's got a cell phone now. Like we were in the 80s a minute ago, and now there's like that guy's got a Tesla. But or
future is kind of blue tinted, and past is kind of sepia tinted.
Yeah. There's no orange tint. So like it was a little. I was lost as well on like the first episode, and I don't remember at what point I figured it out, but like pretty quickly I was like, oh shit. Now I get it. They're fucking going back and they're doing flashbacks. I didn't even realize. But yeah, I agree. They could have done a slightly better job considering that one of your characters doesn't age.
Yeah. That's how they messed up Five Bloods. I don't know if you saw Five Bloods.
Yeah, I have.
Okay. Did you find that weird how the old guys, the Vietnam vets were old throughout the whole thing? Except for Chadwick?
It was super weird. And
that was really messed up, wasn't it?
That's Spike Lee, right?
Yeah. And I was like, what? That doesn't make any sense to me. Like, I guess he was doing an
Are the
thing,
Bloods referring to the gang?
No,
Like
they
the
were
opposite of a script?
5 guys who were in a Vietnam platoon together, and they went back to Vietnam to dig up some stuff. And they kept the old actors. They kept the old actors in the old footage and the new footage.
Oh,
yeah.
They didn't have the budget to de-age them.
I think
it was an artistic choice.
Yeah, he did it on purpose.
Okay.
And it
has the guy from who was Black Panther, the actor who passed away.
Chadwick Boseman was in it, and he was their commander from the past. But he was young, but they were old in the past. Like it was just really stupid.
It wasn't a very good movie either. Like I was kind of bummed out at the way that whole thing ended.
Too,
like whenever I'm watching a movie like that where we're just trying to like get the treasure or whatever, and it doesn't. I always want them to get the goddamn treasure. I want them to get the treasure. So if they end up like,
I don't like
burning the
Hollywood
money,
endings though. I don't like Hollywood endings. I like weird alternate endings.
I suppose so. Have you seen the new Suicide Squad that just came out recently? That was great. That's great. It's on. It's on either HBO or Disney. It's probably
the first one was horrible.
It's on HBO
streamed already.
Yeah, it's on HBO, or at least it was. That's where I watched it.
Okay, I saw it in theaters.
Yeah, it's excellent. I think they did both at the same time. It's really fucking good. They kept some of the actors. Obviously, they kept what's her name that plays Harley Quinn.
Yeah,
and but they've got Flag. I had completely forgotten him, and the lady who runs the whole thing. But John Cena is in there. He's hilarious.
He was funny. There was a comedy almost.
Yeah, and Idris Elba. One of my favorite actors. He's in there. He's doing a great job. He's kind of taking over the Will Smith character. It's a different character,
look like
but
he was
it's
in
still
shape,
the same
but he was good though.
He did not look like he was in shape. He was in a lot of armor.
Who are we talking about?
Idris Elba, the black guy from
the black guy that wanted to be James Bond.
Oh, I know him. He looks out of shape right now.
James Bond. I'd be okay with him as James Bond.
He's the guy that has.
As long as he's not a woman, James Bond.
Is he the guy that knows the effect he has on women from The Office?
Yeah. I'm aware of the effect I have on women.
Yeah, but he's not in shape now, huh?
I didn't know him from The Office.
He didn't look
from everything else he does.
Oh, he's great in The Office. He's kind of a. He's an asshole.
Michael Scott's job for a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Actually, no. He's the VP of regional sales.
Okay.
Yeah, he's my hero.
It doesn't matter.
I want to be him. He's doing really good right now.
It's a good looking man. Who's your favorite current working actor? For me, it's Joaquin. I'll let you think. For me, it's Joaquin Phoenix. I think he's been knocking it out of the park every movie, even his little stuff. Like he made this movie called "You Were Never There" or "You Were Never Really There," where he's the guy you call if you need a child recovery or something. Yeah. But he was a whole. He got fat/yoked for this movie, and he just walks into this place where they're pimping out. He walks into this like child brothel where men are having sex with kids with a hammer and just starts killing everybody he comes across with a hammer, saves a little girl and everything. And then he made that Joker movie. And I know Joker 2's coming out soon. It's a musical, which is like this cool little like different way to do it. I'm excited for it. It's going to play into his mental illness well, where he goes into like, I'm sure imagining fantastical things. And then when the song stops, I like you see that there's blood everywhere, or maybe he's murdered.
I hope there's like smash cuts of like him thinking he's singing and like everybody on the streets participating, but it's like him and it's like on pitch, and then it like cuts and he's like singing badly and people are like going across the street shielding their children.
And then he's doing Napoleon, Ridley Scott, and I think that's next year's Oscar winner.
It looks great.
Looks cool. I can't find the trailer that the first one I watched for it. It was so good. It was more like a montage. It's his voice overlaying with a slight French accent. I'm glad I didn't go too deep into it, but he's just talking about all the battles across the planet that they said I couldn't do this, and I waged war in the sand. And they said I couldn't do that, and I conquered the Russian steppe. And then it's interspliced, of course, with video of him doing it. And it's just fucking like heavy fucking music playing. I'm just like, fuck, Napoleon goes hard. I'm ready to watch this 3.5 hour historical epic. And Ridley Scott's good at that sort of thing. We love Gladiator, of course. He took plenty of dramatic license with that and make Commodus this evil hair-lipped, incestuous monster that you
before he kills his dad, he like gives that really like emotional, like lip quivering talk. It's like, but none of my virtues are on your list. It's like,
oh, that's a good scene.
Yeah.
That was really, really fucking
Cunning.
good. Yeah.
Who's your best current actor?
Christian Bale. Like I like the actors that show that they are in it to win it with weight loss and weight gain. Like him in The Machinist is like almost dead. He's almost like he's almost dead. Like he looks like he has typhus
because of that role.
Yeah, and
then he did Batman like very shortly after that, I think.
Yeah, and he's just good in everything. I like Christian Bale.
I would have said Jonathan Majors, but he kind of got embroiled in a bit of a scandal. But I was really digging what he's been doing recently.
I'm gonna go in a different direction. I like Ryan Reynolds. Like whenever he does a film, it's funny. I like him. He's charismatic. He hits out of the park for me.
Yeah, I feel like he just plays himself though in every single.
Yeah, I just like Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, maybe that's what
he'd make a good get Jimmy Fallon out of there. Give that job to Ryan Reynolds. I'd watch that show every night. Jimmy Fallon's a no talent hack that fake laughs at everything and couldn't maintain character in his fucking doing what he was supposedly like supposed to be good at. SNL was worse for him. I hate Jimmy Fallon.
Dude, you know who I would say is probably like I like him in everything is fucking Josh Brolin. Have you ever seen a bad Josh Brolin performance?
No, he's so
incredible.
Good in No Country for Old Men.
Fucking incredible in everything. Yeah.
I got some beers. Yeah, I know what beers lead to.
Oh, he's the No Country for Old Men guy. Well, then I like him then.
Which one is he?
He plays Gurney Halleck in Dune as well. He's gonna have
big cowboy dude. Josh Brolin?
Yeah.
He's the main protagonist guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's American man.
He's Thanos, he plays Thanos. He plays Cable in Deadpool. He's a Gurney Halleck in Dune, and he was in Goonies. Yeah, true.
Robert Downey Jr. makes good films.
Not
Robert. Yeah, he does. And he's in Oppenheimer as well, by the way. But,
Okay.
Yeah, didn't Oppenheimer have like so many celebrities that are like known people?
Stacked. It has like 35 like
that's distracting. I don't like that.
It has the Drake and Josh guy.
The who now?
By that.
That Josh Peck, right?
I don't know who you're talking about. I'm not familiar with that.
My younger brother liked that show, Drake and Josh. Anyway, I guess that's not culturally relevant here.
Dune got delayed. I was real bummed about that, but yeah.
I really liked the first one. I was a fan of the old cheesy movie from the 80s. I liked that. I know it's not a good movie. I know it's bad.
Dude, it's what you recommend me to watch so many movies that I haven't, that I should see. I did watch the old Dune when you told me to watch that, and I was like, "This is really, really stupid." Like this,
it's a bit of a cult classic. There's a lot of people that love that.
Yeah, you did. It was entertaining.
I should have done that.
It was. I was entertained the whole time, but when that guy like gets fat and starts floating around, it's like I don't know how to take this seriously.
Yeah, the Harkonnens.
Baron Harkonnen, bro. He's dude. That book.
What about when he pulls the heart plug out of his femboy sex slave just for the fuck of it?
I must have gone to pee during that part. I did not pause when I got up.
He's like boy slave, and just like fucking he has like a. It's like they've inserted a plug through his chest and into his heart, where if he wants to, he can just pull it out and instantly bleed the guy to death. I don't even know why you would do that, but it's like it's clearly like his boy fuck slave that he does it to for the fuck of it.
Well, he probably wants to do it because he's a gross pervert and is like, this guy won't agree if I don't have a heart plug.
Yeah, movie goes hard.
Dune 2 is going to pop the fuck off because the second part of that book is incredible. If you've ever read the books,
I have not. The first Dune movie was cool, or the new one. I watched the new one. I thought it was pretty neat.
Really great.
Yeah, I just hope that nobody turns into a worm or anything silly like that. I hope that's some movie.
That's not until God Emperor of Dune. There's like a 10,000 year time jump in the book, and it gets fucking nuts.
I'm hoping we don't get into all that nonsense.
No, he said he wants to do a trilogy, and the third movie is going to be the second book in the series, which is a little bit shorter, called Dune Messiah, and they're going to stop it there. It goes totally off the rails. But Dune 3 and 4, there's like kids involved, and then there's like literally one of them turns into a worm, and it just gets nuts. But
yeah, as far as things that's about to come out that I'm actually like super into, me and Woody both love For All Mankind on Apple TV.
That was pretty good.
I love that shit, and so I'm genuinely pumped for the new season. I'm probably gonna do a rewatch. It's a lot of content, and I think it's high quality content. Apple doesn't scrimp. The special effects look good. The actors are pretty. I like that.
Did you guys watch Last of Us?
Yeah, yeah. I'm not gonna watch season 2 because
I lost interest in that. They started
really.
Yeah,
that's a shame.
They had too many episodes towards the end where they didn't really explore anything. The one where they were in the 80s arcade for the entire episode was like
that was a DLC. That was a DLC from the first game.
Some people dislike the first gay episode with the Parks and Nick Offerman. I thought that was a really good episode.
I thought it was the best episode.
Yeah. It was great.
That was a good one.
Yeah, I was
it was a formative moment for Joel, because it was all about teaching him the lesson that like sometimes you got to fight for, you know, like you got to like fight for the people that you love or whatever. But yeah, no, that episode was great. I mean,
it petered off after that. I remember all of us were so high on that show up through that episode, and then every week would be like, you see the other one? Yeah, well, they can still come back, you know.
Well, the second game, I don't want to give any spoilers, but it pops the fuck off right away. So I feel like the second one's going to be a little bit faster paced, but you might want to give it a chance, because like honestly, the first episode is going to be nuts. Because
I'm gonna watch it. When does it come out soon?
I don't even know if they're filming yet, so no, I don't think it's
between the writer's strike and everything else. I would next Christmas maybe.
Dude, I want The Boys. I think The Boys comes out pretty soon, and that is my favorite show on television right now.
Gen V's pretty good too. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's not bad.
It's Harry. I keep saying this. It's horny Harry Potter. It's just a school full of people with magical powers who are fucking and sucking each other constantly. And there's a conspiracy in the basement. Is it a basilisk? Nah, it's nothing that cool. But I still like the show because I like superheroes and shit. And I like the dirty take on superheroes. I'm done with Marvel and anything that DC. I watch the artsy DC stuff, but that's all the superhero shit I watch.
Marvel needs a reboot.
No.
They're struggling now. Michael Keaton?
Is he not as old as I thought he was?
No,
he
still
just played Batman.
He was in Dope Sick as well. He was in what's that movie? The one about the Catholic Church and the
he was in Birdman. I saw.
Yeah, Birdman was fantastic.
Excellent.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Paul Dano was really good in Dumb Money as well, the movie about the GameStop stuff.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah, it'll come out on digital in like a month, but it was good.
Yeah.
Oh, you know the movie I like the most with Michael Keaton? I just saw it here. I didn't realize it was the same guy. The McDonald's movie.
The Founder.
I thought I really liked that movie. That was really
awesome. Good. Yeah, it's really good. It's based on a book called Fast Food Nation. Which is a really good read, by the way. But
I found myself like getting actually like so sad for the actual like McDonald brothers when they're getting bullied out of it. And I don't know what that main actor is, but he has such an endearing face.
Nick Offerman. He was in
Nick Offerman is one of them. And then the taller, chubbier, bald guy who's just always kind of befuddled that like, but how could you take advantage of our relationship? We had an agreement going forward. And then Michael Keaton's just this ruthless businessman who's like, no, I just need your name.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have you removed from the premises of your own.
That movie's great. That's a great movie.
That was good. Yeah, Kyle, we should do that where you educate me on films and then we like record some audio to release to fans about it, because Hutch doesn't know this. My movie knowledge is so lacking that I'm
putting that together.
Yeah, it upsets Kyle.
How did you have you really not seen Terminator 2?
I haven't seen Terminator 1 either.
So
that's remarkable, isn't it? Jesus.
Terminator 2 is probably it's a top 3 action movie all time, in my opinion.
Easy.
Like groundbreaking special effects, Arnold's greatest film, biggest blockbuster. It founds a multi-billion-dollar franchise. Linda Hamilton being one of the most impressive female body transformation ever, maybe.
She
probably
got
clean.
ripped. Yeah.
Probably clean. She's doing real chin-ups, like raw, like looking amazing. Doesn't wear a bra the whole fucking movie. So badass. And it's great. It's a wonderful movie.
I watched that movie, the director's cut, one time when I was tripping my fucking face off on acid, and I didn't realize that because they added like 20 minutes of scenes that I had never seen before. So I was tripping out like, am I adding these scenes in my mind? Like I had like a whole experience. But
there's a really good scene where I think it's a deleted scene where you see like Cyberdyne in a boardroom designing the Arnold Schwarzenegger T-800 Terminator, and they show they show Arnold's body and everything. They're like, fucking perfect, Dave. And you look and Arnold's one of the scientists. It's like, they just made it look like Dave. Dave, you're perfect to be a Terminator model. And he goes, thank you very much.
I knew that it'd be a good look. You know, I'm a big stocky fella, and it's Arnold speaking with that country accent. And
I didn't see that. I don't remember that.
They're like, we might tweak the voice though. Why?
He doesn't do a good job.
It's so fucking good. Well, they like, you know, they do voiceover and everything. But
that movie was rated R, and my parents were pretty strict about what movies I got to see. And it came out when I was like 9, and my whole family was going to go to see it. And my mom initially was like, I'm not comfortable with Sean going. You have to stay home. And I threw a fit. I was bawling in my room, and my dad comes in and he just opens the door and he goes, you can go. And seeing that movie in theaters as like a 9-year-old was just like a spiritual experience. It was one of my fondest movie going experiences of all time. Easy.
See, I can empathize with like the spiritual 9-10-year-old experience, because that's how old I was when Fellowship of the Ring came out in like 99.
Yeah.
Like I remember watching that movie in theaters with my friend's dad and my friend, because my parents didn't know shit about it. They just were like, hey, Tim and his dad are going. You want to go with them? And I'm like, sure. It's a movie. And I remember watching and like seeing Lurtz and the Urukai and the epicness of it, and like not having never experienced a movie like that, where I'm like, there's a whole world. There's a whole world that I can become weirdly fascinated with throughout my formative years here. And it happened, and I did.
Yeah.
Like it was so good. I need to rewatch Lord of the Rings.
Do I even need to ask you if you watched Rings of Power?
No, I did not watch it. Didn't watch it. No, when I found out they weren't following the lore, I was like,
last time you were on, you were like, do you guys watch Rings of Power? And we're like, no, it's too woke. And you were like, oh, you're lost.
Oh, did I mention it last time?
Yeah.
I think
I would give it like, I'll give it like an 8, 8.5. It's fun. But they weren't allowed to adapt. Like the whole deal that they made was that they had to do like original stuff.
Yes.
But it also had to be like in the spirit of Tolkien. So he had like, the family was working with them to make sure that they were like quote unquote lore friendly, but they had to like do original stuff. That's going to rub some people the wrong way. I understand if people don't want to watch it, but it was fun. I mean, like, and the visual effects are like top notch for a TV show. It's like one of the best looking shows. Easy.
But they spent a king's ransom on it. Like I remember it was like almost Game of Thrones level expensive, wasn't it?
Wasn't it more expensive?
Oh, maybe even more.
I thought they spent over $1 billion.
Speaking of the Game of Thrones thing, I probably will eventually watch House of the Dragon, but
it's
I felt so
we like
I remember you saying it was good to watch it, but it feels like I'm forgiving them for the end of Game of Thrones if I watch it, and I don't forgive them for the end of Game of Thrones. All of those prophecies meaning nothing.
Matt Smith is fantastic. Is that his name, by the way? Matt Smith, the Doctor Who guy. He's so good. If you're squeamish about like violent births, then this is not the show for you.
So many violent births.
There's like 3 that are just horrifyingly graphic, like genuinely disturbing.
I think they're wanting to solidify, and this is a little bit in the books that men. A man's job is to shed blood on a battlefield, and a woman's job is to shed blood in the birthing bed. And these women, they die left and right giving birth, because it was an incredibly dangerous thing to do for most of human history.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Brutal. It's brutally violent.
Yeah.
There's 3. And
are there like
9
breaks?
episode arc.
Like, it's in 3 violent births in 9 episodes.
In 1/3 of the episode, there's a horribly violent birth. Yeah.
What show are we talking about?
House of the Dragon.
Oh, yeah. I saw that.
We're talking about Taylor's lacking movie repertoire. I've been watching this series recently where these 2 guys watch Star Trek: The Next Generation episodes together, and one of them's never seen Star Trek, and the other's seen it all. And it's fun to see them go back and forth, and they just play like little scenes from the episode and like show still. So
I'll do that with you. I have seen no Star Trek content in my entire life other than that movie where the main guy is flying the thing into the like mining ship. Came out in 2009, and he's like, "What's his name?" And he's like, "Fucking Rutherford or whatever." After
James Tiberius Kirk.
James Tiberius Kirk. Yeah.
So I've seen
that one. I wasn't paying attention. But I've seen that one. But
second one was good too, and the third one. I fucking like the new Star Trek.
I'm with Hutch. You're so right.
I like them. They're fun.
They're fantastic. Star Trek has just beat the shit out of Star Wars over time. It's not even close.
That was a decade ago.
Yeah,
Right?
well, I mean,
Yeah,
Rise of
14
Skywalker's Jesus fucking Christ, like worse than any of the prequels, I think, in my opinion.
Now, if we were going to do Star Trek, Taylor, we do Deep Space Nine episode by episode.
Wouldn't I have to start at the beginning?
On episode 1, yes.
But that's like the 5th series of Star Trek, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's why you've got me there as a tour guide, and I can,
They can
in
stand
like
on their
30
own.
seconds, I can be like, this guy's mad at this guy because he was taken over by the Borg, who were this mechanical race 5 years ago. He led their cubes with his human mind taken over by the Borg to this place called Wolf 3459 or some shit, and he killed this guy's wife. So now this guy doesn't like him. He remembers that, and this guy's going to feel bad about it, even though his body wasn't his at the time. So I can set up that way. You don't have to watch all of the Next Generation to know that fact. You can just go right into episode 1 of this is literally episode 1 of Deep Space Nine. I would have to explain that to you because
The only one you really need all the background for is Lower Decks.
yeah, it's all about references and backstory.
Lower Decks?
Lower
You don't
Decks.
want Lower
animated
Decks?
It's animated Star Trek.
Oh, okay, I heard about that. Yeah, yeah.
You're like a virgin who doesn't know sex is cool, dude. what you have out there waiting for you is a lot of fun.
Is it good?
If you like Star Trek.
Okay.
If you like Star Trek.
If you like Star Trek, Lower Decks is a blast.
And I don't mean like the Star Trek movies from the last few years. I mean, if you watch The Next Generation and you know all the characters from it, or you watched some Voyager or some Deep Space Nine, you need to have watched one of the 3 or 4 main series. And if you've seen them all, like my gay ass has, then every episode of the Lower Decks is like full, and I mean crammed full with references to the other 5 or 6 series, of which I've seen them over.
What
and
about
over and over.
what about the Shatner one?
I won't.
Like the OG.
I won't do that.
That's not even worth watching.
I think a lot of old stuff isn't good anymore. Not much holds up.
You know what does
style
hold
of
up?
acting and fighting.
Twilight Zone. Twilight Zone holds up so well. That show is awesome. I remember
And the
watching
Wonder
it
Years.
Nick and Night.
And
I've
the
never
Wonder
watched
Years.
The Wonder Years
Before we knew what a monster he'd become.
I've actually never seen a Star Trek episode. I've only seen the new movies. Yeah.
Yeah, no Lower Decks for you then, probably.
Oh, you have a lot of research to do before you enjoy Lower Decks, my friend.
Yeah.
Okay.
5 series to watch.
But no, I do that with you, Taylor. If you want to do that, or we could just do a movie, because a movie is 2 hours or 90 minutes.
Yeah.
Whereas if you take a bite into Deep Space Nine, you're signing up for like 6, 7, 8 seasons. I don't remember what it is.
Make a list of like Kyle's must see 10 movies that I haven't seen, and I will watch them with you, and you can educate me. Fill in the blanks of my
Have you
my
seen
film knowledge.
the original Predator movie?
No.
Wow. Okay, wait. How old are you again?
32.
I watch it every month. I'm not even kidding.
You watch it every month? I
watch
did
it
watch.
every month.
I watched Alien because Kyle recommended that to me.
Phenomenal. Ridley Scott.
That was really good. I liked that.
Did you watch
Didn't make it to
Aliens, the sequel? James Cameron takes over.
Yes, I did watch that one
All
too.
right.
Phenomenal. Yeah.
Terminator is like that kind of movie, like Aliens, like machine guns and violence and death and mayhem and good actors acting well, even the children. But now it's in Los Angeles,
and it holds up. It holds up
really
well. Like, yeah. Here's my scalding hot take for you, Kyle. I think Prey, the new Predator film, is as good as the original.
That's too hot. All right. You need to take one step
Scalding.
back, though, and you're with me. I think it's as good, if not better, than Predator 2, which I think is the second best
Clears
Predator
Predator 2 easily.
I think it clears it, but not easily. And I think that Predator 1, though, lives on and is just, you've got multiple governors, you got multiple bodybuilders, you got Apollo Creed, you have Jean-Claude Van Damme was there. They didn't use his stuff, but he,
Yeah. He like dressed up in like a pink outfit or whatever. Yeah.
Well, it was pink, so it stand out from the green for the CGI, but the full one that was painted that looks much less silly. But he's like Ant-Man. It was stupid. The Predator design is incredible. Stan Winston's the man. But Predator would be on that list. Oh, I'm sorry, Prey though. I love
Prey is incredible, dude.
Hulu knocked it out of the park. I don't know if they produced it or if they paid the people who produced it, but I watched that shit and it's like,
fantastic.
Okay, little Native American girl takes on the Predator with like fur trapping evil whites in the mix. Okay, let's watch.
It's great. Yeah.
And like, that's it. But then someone came in and they were like, yo, Kyle didn't like Dune 2. And I was like, why? And they're like, he said it was different from the book. And I was like, you didn't like it? Did you like Dune 1? I don't remember if we spoke about Dune 1.
I liked the first Dune movie. The reason I like Dune 2 is because it's terribly edited and paced. Everything that's on the screen is beautiful and perfect.
It's just it feels like there's an hour of movie missing. I love Dune 2 for what's there, but it's ruined by what's not there.
You read the book before Dune 1?
No, I haven't read any. No,
you didn't read any of it.
No, I'm just saying, like, as I watched Dune 2, the movie, it's like, whoa, where are we? There's just a scene. Zendaya lands in an omnithopter at one point, and it's like, where'd you get that? We're not going to talk about where you got a fucking like aircraft. Oh, you just have it now, and here you are. Like, we spend the whole 3/4 of the movie talking about, is Paul going to go south of the worm line or whatever, the storms? Then he's just like, oh, the base got blown up. Shit, better go. And he's there. And not only is he there, he's at the temple. And not only is he at the temple, give me that shit. Glug, 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 glug. and then it's like, boom, wait, where are we? Oh, Paul's been in a coma for so long, a crowd has gathered now. We just lost all that. We lost the whole scene where somebody told everybody. We lost the scene where everybody reunited in the storms. We didn't get to see any of Paul's mother, like changing the fundamentalists over to Paul's side. There would have been some kickback. There would have been a whole plot line there where she's got to like get her tendrils into people's minds and convince them. There was so much of that movie missing. And then all of a sudden, Thanos shows back up, and it's like, damn, give Thanos a little build up. And then once he's there, he's just like, he's not around long enough. He doesn't get to say much. He just kind of has a campfire chat or two. The movie all the way through it has issues like this, where it's like, shit. When Paul goes on his, I'm going to be a fucking Fremen now journey, it's like, go as far as the eye can see and touch the fucking shiny dick and come back. Beware of the serpents and the genies and the monsters and the ghouls. And, oh, you're back already and you didn't even go? You just been chilling with your girlfriend. We just skipped the whole journey, any growth that would have come from it, and you're learning how water filters work now. That was 30 seconds ago. It upset me because I was expecting so much and got so little. It's missing an hour.
Did you like Blade Runner 2049?
Love it. Yeah. Oh, I didn't watch 2049 yet.
What is it? Blade Runner. What's it? Oh, the first one you saw.
I've seen the first one on all the cuts. I've seen like the definitive cut and the director's cut and the fucking cinematic cut and the Blu-ray cut and the fucking Laserdisc cut and all that shit.
I don't actually like, man. I really don't even. I've tried. I'm always like, something's wrong with me. I got to try again. I don't like the original Blade Runner really.
I don't love it. I would say I appreciate it, and there are certain scenes in it that are magnificent. There's a scene where Rutger Hauer at the end is talking about the things he's seen. He's this android that only has a 4-year lifespan, but he's S tier in intelligence and physicality and everything that a person can be. But he's come back to Earth to steal a little more life, and he's realizing now that he's not going to get it. And as he dies next to Harrison Ford, he's talking about the things he sings. I've seen fire ships burn in front of nebulas in the dark clouds of the galaxy. And he's just like going through this crazy life that he's lived in 4 years and talking about the hopelessness of it all. And then I love that scene, and I love like 2 or 3 more scenes. And the rest of it, I'm just like, I'll sit here for it.
Yeah, Blade Runner 2049 I thought was so good, and I loved it. But there's like, I'm also looking and I'm like, I could cut 30 minutes out of this movie. And in Dune 1, I thought Dune 1 was great, but I hadn't read the book. So I saw Dune 1 and I was like, that was so awesome. Then I read the book. And there was a lot of things in the book where I was like, oh, that's what the movie was showing me. And now that I know, that's as good as you could show that in this movie. That's a great job. And then so when I saw the second one, I had read the book, and there are certain things in the book, like, you know, Paul has the guy that he kills, Janus, that he kills, like he raises his child and it is with his wife. And
that, I mean, you see that coming.
And the baby, Anya Taylor-Joy, she's actually like, she comes out and she's a baby that is a person. And I was just like, I wonder if they're going to put a fucking Snapchat filter on a baby. How are they going to show this?
Well, that's how Paul's little sister is supposed to be too.
Yeah.
Or at least that's how she was depicted in the OG film.
Yeah, that's how she was supposed to be. She was supposed to be
very
like that.
upsetting.
So, yeah, that she's like, you know, she kills Baron Harkonnen, and and so they made changes, and they made changes.
That.
Yeah, and I when I saw the first Dune, I was like, oh yeah, that was great, that was great. And I tell people, like, you see Dune, and they're like, I don't know, it was long. I was like, yeah. Or they're like, I thought it was boring or confusing, and I'd be like, yeah, but when I loved it
because my main piece of reference, and not that it's any good, but it's the OG movie from the 80s. So I've seen that many times, and I've seen the extended version, so I know the fight at the end and how it goes and all. I was watching the entire 3.5 hour movie or whatever it is, waiting on that sword fight at the end. I wanted to see Paul face down against whoever Sting was going to be. And by the way, like that final villain that Paul has the sword fight with, why was he introduced so late in the story? If you're going to make Bautista be a failure, essentially, and just like the muscle, the heavy, like he could be in the background and have this guy with the big bald head be like the brains all along. And like, or at least have him there and be like,
you get a lot actually, like the book.
Of course,
he does come later in the book, but then when he comes, you literally get as much of his perspective as Paul's. Like you get a lot from his point of view.
Yeah.
I love that actor a lot, Austin Butler.
He was upsetting looking.
He was crazy. He killed that scene. All of his scenes, but he's just the whole thing. Like I thought when I saw Dune 2, I actually thought
better.
I have a hard time because I'm actually an Austin Butler fanboy now, so I can't even. But now I'm looking at I saw Dune 2 and I was like, my takeaway was this movie was so good. I loved it so much. When I tell people like you see Dune 2, they're like, "No, I didn't see the first one." I'm just like, skip it. Go see the second one. You're gonna catch up. It's really not that like
that's fair.
Like there's really like someone could sum up what happened in 4 sentences. And that's all the information you'll need, because all the sexy little intricacies and fine details you wouldn't get from the first movie anyways. You would get if you read the book. Like there's a lot of things like even the Gom Jabbar, the needle at the neck. Like when I read the book, I was like, oh, that's what's happening. Oh yeah, you did it perfectly. You depicted it perfectly. But if I had to guess from the other way, which I did, I don't know what the fuck's going on. And there's a lot of things like that, because the whole plans within plans thing, and this is what's hard about the adaptation, is something like the plans within plans, like Leto's he has someone that's trying to assassinate him. Paul Atreides' dad. Someone's trying to assassinate him. And in the book, the Mentat, the guy who are like the computers, he thinks it's Leto's wife, Paul Atreides' mom. And so in the book, because you have the benefit of a book, Leto really doesn't believe it's his wife, but he's acting like he thinks it's his wife because he wants the assassin to know that he's not still looking for the assassin. Now, try and show that in a scene is hard, and it just comes off confusing. And but then you go back and you read it and rewatch, and you're like, oh, that's good. So I did have the benefit of the second one of having the book to like explain all these things, and then I started to like decisions. I'm like, oh, I'm glad he didn't have to have Janice's wife and kid. I thought what they showed of what's it called, Prime, Giedi Prime, the plan. I thought it was sick.
Oh, that was crazy.
That was
we
so
go to
cool.
the Harkonnens. We go to the Harkonnens planet, and they just say that they have a dark sun, but it's sort of like they have no light spectrum there. It's just black and white. And so the fireworks are these, I've seen fireworks like that kind of, they do these like backwards fireworks for daytime fireworks. Have you ever seen them? It's kind of like a smoky thing.
No, that sounds sick though.
These were like negative light up there going off. That was cool. But
I was
disappointed. I was disappointed. But if people like it, they should like it. You know, my opinion doesn't matter. I'm not going to like everything everybody likes.
No, I thought it was like exciting. I thought it was more like your thing with the pacing is interesting because you're like, I need more from this. And I'm like that. You give me a 3-hour movie and I'm like, oh, I looked at my watch and there was an hour left. I was like, fuck, I wish there was 2 hours left. Shows kind of spoil us because we get to go into everything. And this Dune could have benefit from being deeper dive, but a lot of people aren't advanced like you. They don't look at a 3-hour thing and go, wish I had more. They're like, oof, that was long.
I wish the entertainment model had a third tier, because right now you've got movies which are 90 minutes to 2.5 hours if you want to be marketable, somewhere in there. I don't know what Oppenheimer was. It's definitely on the high end of that. But then you've got TV shows, which nowadays make 8 to 12 episodes a season with almost, unless you're talking about Law and Order or procedural drama or something like that. But I wish we still got shows like Star Trek with 20 fucking episodes a season. Yeah. But then there was that third tier, those 8 episode seasons for things like Shogun and Chernobyl, and some of the Stephen King stories lend themselves super well to an 8-episode miniseries. The Outsiders was really good. But like if you were going to do Salem's Lot or anything like that, it's like, bro, you cannot do Salem's Lot in 2.5 hours. It needs to be a 8-hour like masterpiece thing.
Yeah. I loved I just thought it was like, it felt like an action movie. It felt more thrilling than the previous one. Like, I feel like
do we all agree Dune was boring as fucking not good?
I thought after seeing Dune 2, I could see why people would find Dune 1 boring, let's say. But but then again, like I'll look at a shot and this is like what happened with Blade Runner, is it hangs on some shots and I know a normal person, I know it's 4 seconds too long for them, that shot. I'm aware of that. And the first one was like a very beautiful movie, but the second one for me felt more like Dark Knight to Batman Begins.
Okay.
I actually love Batman Begins more than Dark Knight, but it doesn't have the Joker. It's not fucking crazy exciting. So I see why Dark Knight is more popular. Dune felt like Batman Begins. And then also, sorry to interrupt, but Paul Atreides has a transformation in Dune 2. And when that transformation happens and the actor does it, he embraces it so well that I'm like, oh, whoa. He turned it on. It felt like the whole previous movie and a half was a muted performance because of how much he turned it on now. So now we got the character and now it's over.
He spends the whole movie denying that he's the guy. Like, it ain't me. I don't want it. And then all of a sudden he's like, I am him. I am him. And somebody's like, no, you're not. He's like, you wet your fucking panties at night thinking about your dead granny, boy. And he goes, oh, you're him. You're fucking him. Somebody goes, I'm not so sure about that. He's like, your wife has a dick. Your wife has a dick and you suck it. Oh, you're him. And it's like he melts the opposition with humiliation.
I love that scene, but that's fucking hilarious. Yeah, like, exactly. I'm not him. I'm him.
This is the first thing about Dune I found interesting in years. I'm like, if we keep talking about Dune, I'm going to get my pull-up rack. I'm going to set it up behind me. I'm going to hang myself.
Dude, they got a Dune MMO coming out that looks sick.
I will auto asphyxiate myself to death back there just so the audience has something to watch rather than this Dune talk where it's killing me.
I apologize. And he did it.
So it was me. It was me. It was me.
I'm just hitting it back.
I'm just trying to fix it.
Can we talk Star Trek?
Wait, we didn't even get into Helldivers yet.
They're making another season.
They're making another season because they were already bought in, but it doesn't matter. It did poorly. I'm looking at an article right now that only 37% of the people who started the series on the first episode finished the first season because it was just
I didn't finish
it was just a ridiculous nonsense adaptation.
I didn't begin out of protest,
and I didn't begin out of protest either. I'm like, no, we're not fucking watching your woke Lord of the Rings. I want Tolkien. I want from his lips to the screen. That's what I want. Just like Peter Jackson did, a very good representation of Lord of the Rings. Well, for the most part, he really did. Like,
you can make alterations without they're upsetting alterations that you can make, though. They're pandering alterations that you can make, and those
they made Galadriel some like warrior princess. It's like that's not they're in like this girl power thing. They're trying to take what Galadriel's actual power was, which was like being a strong, like someone in tune with magic and whatnot, and minimizing that and making her power just a male kind of power, swinging swords and fighting. And that's not what that character is. And so Lord of the Rings failed and will be canceled after whatever the current contract they have is because they didn't remain true to it. And there aren't enough people who aren't already into Lord of the Rings that want desperately to get into it that it can support that. Like, no one, like people who weren't familiar with Lord of the Rings who like girl power movies aren't going to watch that whole series because they're not into that world. You know, like it needs to be a good adaptation for existing fans in order for it to be successful.
I'm still hung up on Harley's movie watching baggage, right? Like I'm with him. My mind has been fucking racing on this ever since he said it. He is the Taylor Swift of movie watching, right? She's 34 years old. She's single. She has enough baggage to fucking fill the undercarriage of the airplane single-handedly. She has a song or something called Forever is the Sweetest Con, right? She'll never love like she once did before. She'll always view these things suspiciously. And Harley will never be as excited for Star Wars as he was when he was 10 years ago. Yeah,
I never get excited for anything now.
Much baggage.
I get excited, but the ceiling
Harley,
used to be very high.
Harley, how did the Emperor return?
Oh, somehow.
Somehow, thank you. Yes, that is the answer.
I always think about that. What's crazy about that?
Survey
that
says.
Thing, what's so crazy about somehow he returned is like that happens at the beginning of the movie, and so he's post having that, and he's like, yeah, somehow the Emperor returned. So let's say if you were a guy there that were nearby, and let's say that somehow the Emperor returned. Like, let's say you heard Poe say that, and then you got on a ship and you were traveling to another planet because that's what you're doing, your courier or whatever. And you get to this other planet, and it takes 5 days to get to that other planet. You sit down, and there's a guy there, and a buddy, you're like, yo, did you hear? Somehow the Emperor returned. 5 days later, after this 30-year buildup of the strongest Sith ever, whatever, he'd be like, oh, somehow the Emperor returned. This guy, after 5 days, would be like, oh, no, he's dead again. Yeah, they killed him again. So somehow he returned after 30 years, and he also gets beat that same week.
Yeah, but like, they have like a big crazy battle, right? Like the Emperor probably used like lightning on everybody, and like maybe from the sky, like the whole sky became lightning hands.
But
like
they shoot the Death Star,
a thunderstorm encircled him, maybe like some Voldemort end game shit. They didn't just like cut him in half or anything, did they?
Yeah, no, he didn't even stand up and died. He killed himself.
He was on
he killed himself.
He died the same way Tyrion did, just like a crossbow while shooting.
Yeah, she literally he was
a troubled man.
He was electrocuting her, and she had a lightsaber, but then she took a second lightsaber and made it like put them together, and that somehow bounced it back. And it was just so dumb because as a huge Star Wars fan, it's like you're gonna beat him with two lightsabers. The lightsaber is like, and I know a lot of people go crazy with my take that I liked episode 8, but I did want them to cook. Last Jedi, when they were doing weird decisions and stuff, I was like, hold up, let them finish. Let them finish. Then when they finished, I was like, oh, this ended so bad, everything before it was bad. But in episode 8, I love that they, like, that Luke Skywalker threw the lightsaber, and I love that he beat them at the end of that movie by force projecting himself in a super like nobody was hurt. He stopped this huge army from destroying all his friends, and no one was hurt. No one got hurt. And that was cool. That's like next level of Jedi. Taking two lightsabers, like a lightsaber, it's just a fucking tool. And even the Emperor, like he only used a lightsaber to insult Jedis by beating them with their own tool, but he never had respect for it. So it just just the wrong emphasis on shit, and I hated it. It really bothered me.
Is that what the Emperor really did? Like he
used his own lightsaber to insult the Jedi. Like whenever
he would
beat
Down
them
Under as well.
Okay, that's cool. I didn't know that about the Emperor. Under?
I've seen it. I think we watched it together.
I love Quigley Down.
Never watched Quigley Down.
What is that?
Kyle's
Tom Selleck movie.
A fan of Quigley Down Under. It is this little known silly movie where like an old West guy who is a good shot goes and saves Australia. Did I come close?
But Kyle showed me a movie actually when I was at his place. It was They Live. I had never seen They Live or heard of it before and watched it at Kyle's house. And I was like, when did this exist? And it wasn't like a meme as it is now or referenced as Duke Nukem shit. So I saw it and I was like, what the fuck? It was like a whole new thing. I was like,
that's where he wears the glasses.
Yeah, and you can see.
Okay, I've actually seen They Live. That was a good, probably on Kyle's recommendation too. That was a good movie.
So that's Roddy Piper, the wrestler, like acting and doing a hell of a job. It's a very good movie. But what I was going to say is like Quigley Down Under is Tom Selleck and Alan Rickman, and basically it's during the time when the ranchers in Australia were literally genociding the Aboriginals, just murdering them, and so they hire Quigley from the Wild West. They put out this bounty, and he's like, I come here to, he's a long range sharpshooter, and he thinks he's there to shoot dingoes that are preying on this guy's cattle, but he's there to kill the Aboriginals. And the bad guy is Alan Rickman, who owns the big ranch. And the fun part is that Quigley can shoot like, I don't know, 1,200 yards away with his ridiculous custom made rifle. And so that they like beat the shit out of him and they leave him for dead. But he happens to get the rifle, and they're riding as fast as they can from Quigley because they know he's got that rifle back there. He's like looking back behind him, faster. And Quigley's taking his time getting this old timey antique rifle loaded, getting the big old peep sight adjusted and twisting it. And he's hurt too. There's blood in his eye. So for a minute he staggers and fixes some dirt in his eye, and then he's boom, and it's like 3 or 4 seconds later, the cowboy gets fucking shot, and the bullet is so big it just blows his chest out the front, and he flies off the horse. And Quigley's like, "Yeah."
I'm literally gonna watch this, by the way.
It's pretty fucking hard.
Oh,
and the ending is great.
Wait, I was gonna tell the ending, but he's gonna watch.
Wait, no, I'm actually gonna watch it. The
ending's fun. Yeah, Tom Selleck, good. He's a good fucking actor. He's still alive on it. He's one of those actors that managed to get like a TV show that they just make infinite seasons of. and I think old people watch it. There's a show called Blue
79.
Bloods.
Mm.
They've been making. There's like 20 seasons of Blue Bloods or something where he's like a police commissioner or something with a mustache.
I laugh in Supernatural.
He was drafted to the Vietnam
20
War,
seasons.
by the
You're
way.
adorable.
You know what? You know what you're going to be psyched for, Harley?
What?
I bet I'm the first person to tell you this is happening. There's going to be an R-rated live-action Ninja Turtles movie called The Last Ronin.
Yeah, I'm not.
I don't want it to be R-rated.
Wait, I
What?
did like the newest Ninja Turtles movie. Was great. I realized I like my.
That was kinda cool.
I like my Ninja Turtles when they're teenagers. It was great. It was fun. But this story, I never read this story, but I know what it's about. It's about the other Ninja Turtles. 3 of them die or are killed, and one of them is alive, and he wears their colors as a reference point, and he has like a broken I think it's Raphael, and he has like one side, he has the bow, he has a sword, he has like leftovers from the Turtles,
Dead
and he's just
brothers.
like, yeah, and it's always sounded like such a dark and crazy story. So
Splinter's
I'm
dead.
like,
Is
you know
Splinter
what,
dead?
cool. He's got to be. I think he's the only thing left.
Here's what I want it to be. I want it to be like, shut up. And rats. How long does a giant mutated rat live anyway? Like 30 years tops, right? Now I want it to be like John Wick style, where they stomp Master Splinter down, like they outnumber Master Splinter, and like he holds his own, but then they like net him or use some cowardly tactic against him, and then they just stomp him out. And like Raphael or whoever
Big
it is,
Splinter
like
death scene, please.
yeah, I want to be a real tearjerker, like when that puppy gets stomped.
Shredder's like, bite the curb.
Now he's got an SS tattoo on his arm for some reason.
No, I think doesn't Disney own that shit? It's Marvel, right? Isn't it? Is it under the Marvel umbrella or the
I don't
Hasbro?
think it's Marvel. I don't know.
way
I
they're
don't
in the
know.
Marvel universe.
You'd be surprised. Predator is, Alien is.
First of all, 100%. Do you know how the turtles got mutated, Taylor?
I don't know. Iron Man's runoff, like what? Like what?
You're so close. You're so close. It was actually the same canister that fell off of the truck spill that blinded Daredevil and gave him his powers.
Oh my god, I forgot this. That's true. Yeah.
So during that crash that created Daredevil, because Daredevil,
it created 3 heroes and a fucking.
But I don't think it was official. Like it was official,
More.
but the artist they drew,
I
like
see.
they story wise, they did that. They made it that. Like it was-
Crash put the goo and it turned Daredevil into some sort of superhero. And then it goes into the tunnels and it turns the turtles into a superhero. And the guy that taught Daredevil how to fight, his name is Stick. And the guy that taught the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles how to fight, Taylor, Splinter.
Hey.
The pieces are falling into place. What a ridiculous universe they've made.
I was always good at that. I learned that from an early age to read a book by its color in a way and judge those shitty sequels. Like those things never fool me. My dad gets it every time. I'll be sitting there watching him flip through Netflix and he's like, "Ooh, this looks like it'll be good," and I'm just like, "No, it doesn't, Dad." He's like, "Why not?" I'm like, "Look at the fucking cover art. Look who's playing in it. You ever hear any of those people? Look when it was made, 2011. Never heard of this movie. It's rated R. Who's Solomon Keynes? Who is that? They put his name on it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is gonna be a shit fucking movie.
I wish I had that gift. Jackie gave me one tip. She says if there's a TV series on Netflix, and I should preface this by saying this: I have had no like cable or satellite TV for so long that things can be running for like years and I don't know it. You know, TV shows come and go off the air. And I'm just not in touch with it. Anyway, she says if you see something on Netflix and it has 1 or 2 seasons, it's probably crap, and that's helped me a bunch.
Well, Walking Dead only had the first 2 seasons for the longest time.
Yeah, true. But Walking Dead had enough hype around it that I'd heard of it.
That show is not even that good.
No, it's
Wildly
not. No.
overrated.
Agreed. Yeah,
but
Walking Dead
it's
had
not a bad show either.
No,
It's a bad show.
I'll disagree with Merca slightly. Walking Dead was great the first season. Yeah, and then they hit it with the shit shovel or something and turned it into.
Yeah.
So
I told you what happened.
They
right?
fired
Like,
the
there's a-
writer, right, or something.
They
the
fired
producer?
the guy who they fired the guy who writes the fucking books. They
Yeah.
fired
They
him,
just-
and the thing about him was he had brought all those actors in that are like that. You know,
Yep.
the actors, the supporting actors that you actually recognize. You're like, hey, I know that guy with the white beard and Andrea. You know, the blonde, like
Right.
there were some recognizable faces in there. that came because they wanted to work with that guy for a discount. And when this show was a huge hit and it made all this money, instead of giving everybody raises and signing everybody up, they did the opposite. Like they cut him out and they started killing and they cut the pay. They cut the pay. That's what it was. At Comic-Con, you see them get asked. They're like, you guys must be really excited about season 2 because you have such an increased budget. In reality, what they did, they like almost doubled the amount of episodes and they lowered the budget. And you see them have this look on their face like, you want to answer that, Chris? Almost like, Chris, you want to tell them the fucking truth here right now that we're getting screwed right now? So long story short, they fired that guy, and most of those people that he brought in were shortly after killed off, even though they don't die in the comics.
Or they're
like,
just not happy or something. Yeah, and
and
the show started to suck too. And apparently there were a lot of cool things. Like for example, the in the tank, there's a guy who has a grenade in his hand, and what I think was the first episode, I'm not sure. And Rick gets the grenade, and it helps him escape from the tank. And they were going to tell the whole story of how that tank got there, and why there was a nade, and how he was sort of holding it until he could get attacked and take the zombies out with him. And that was going to play out. But instead, they do what? Fucking Andrea scared in the woods for the 20th time because it takes no budget to have some bitch in the woods who, if she was my neighbor, I'd never go to her barbecue.
Dude, that whole shit with the governor, Rick should have fucking killed the governor in 3 episodes, and he should have been done. The governor's not supposed to come in until like season 5 or something. The governor's not a big fucking deal. I hate the goddamn governor. That eye patch wearing, time wasting. I quit watching it. I'm not gonna watch it ever again. It turned into Lost for me.
I hate that angsty little kid. Whatever his name is.
Fuck that little bitch. Fuck that little kid. I hope a zombie rapes him.
I'm pouty. Just
I hope a zombie rapes him.
They tried to force way too much character.
I didn't make it past season 2.
I want to watch.
I'm okay with the kid.
How you develop.
I get that the kid is at a stage
where, like, boring.
I feel like little kid actors, younger than he is currently, are decent actors because they don't know how to act. They just know how to be themselves, and themselves is what we want them to play. And grown-ups, of course, can be great actors, but somewhere around like teenagehood, when they become sentient and self-conscious, they suck at acting.
Bran.
What did you say?
Like Bran from Game of Thrones, the cripple.
Yep.
He's going to be really not good. He's already not good.
Yes.
Puberty
I think they're replacing him. I think they're actually replacing that character.
Look.
The one exception is Harry Potter, who somehow didn't become a terrible actor as he matured. But anyway, what was I going to say? But Rick is the character that I can't. Him and his crying and his self-doubts and his hallucinations. And you're trying to lead people here, you little bitch. You got to man the fuck up. Sack up, Rick. His kid to me is braver, and if you're going to turn into some hardened zombie killer, I can get that. But the crybaby shit that Rick is, get the fuck out of here. He's a pussy.
Oh, my wife died 3 seasons ago. Get over it.
They suck. Move on. So bad at killing zombies. They are the worst zombies.
Really? They're
terrible.
They'll go on a little montage tear that means nothing. Like let's spend 30 seconds like killing a bunch of zombies that mean nothing right here. But as soon as like the chips are down, it's like, hey, someone needs to kill 15 zombies real quick so that we don't have to deal with them over here in this danger zone. Oh, I twisted my ankle and I dropped my knife in the well. Whatever shall I do? When it should be like, it should be fucking M4 with a suppressor, just like pop, 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 pop. Like that's how fast I can fucking shoot zombies in the head. As fast as I can pull a trigger. It's absurd.
Like part of enjoying those zombie movies is like being satisfied by like, that's it. Like, boom, boom, I'll be taking them out. You don't want to watch a group of retards bumble about and fail every time they come across the slightest zombie inconvenience. Because then you don't really picture yourself in that group. You're just watching a failing group stumble through the apocalypse. You're not like,
they were so poorly armed at the beginning. It made no fucking sense. They were in Georgia.
Yeah.
They're here. Like,
Kyle and I were talking. We were like, let's say hypothetically Kyle had no guns and he needed to get some. It would take him less than 15 minutes. Like he's like, I know my neighbors have guns. They have to. I'm just profiling them. They have livestock. They're farmers. Like, guns are a tool that farmers need to put animals down or to keep coyotes away, or I don't know. But farmers have guns. They just do. And he's like, yeah, everyone around here's got to have one. It's a tool that exists for this agricultural area.
Bam.
Yeah, and people just have them. I guarantee you, at 50% of my neighbors have guns in their houses. Like, if there was a reason to have a gun, I could be like, "Hey, Bob, I need a gun. Could I borrow one of yours for a minute?"
Yeah,
like everyone has
more
one.
than 50%.
People have them around me too. I don't know which
and
50%.
and I kind of help the average out a little bit over here.
You bump it up until, but yeah, like I remember I somehow I mentioned guns to one of my daughter's friend's father, and he had them. He was like, yeah, we got a shotgun here and something else there. They just exist around here. They're not out there shooting all the time, but you buy a gun and they last forever. The shotguns get to be literally like 150 years old and they still work fine. They don't really go away from the economy. They just keep going.